Team Secret's turn to ban.
Expected.
What's the vent ban for?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Something
Are
like
they setting up for like a Bat Rider, or it's also something that Liquid do play on Matumba Man. If they play high tempo style, they can put a core Venge, and it might be something that Secret just doesn't like to face.
It's been a while
10
since they've
seconds
gone for that. I
remaining.
don't even think they picked it up this tournament at all.
Matumba has been playing in pubs. I mean, this
5
is when you're
seconds
looking at this
remaining.
kind of matchup. This is one where you know every player in the opposing team, and you really know what they're doing. So
True that.
there's probably a bit more info going into this one than when, for example, Liquid played Keen yesterday. But so far, I'm more on board with Liquid's first two picks just because they have way more flexibility in what they do right now. Unless Secret Curveball doesn't put a support Veno, which is something we very rarely see, but is an option if it's too counterpick to support.
Team Liquid's turn to ban.
Viper ban as well. Okay.
Do you think Jungle Venom has no place in this patch?
I think if you put Jungle Veno, it almost has to be an afterthought as a core. Because if you put one of your supports in the jungle for the first 5 minutes, good teams will just punish you way too hard. But if it's an offlaner and it can't
10
just flat out
seconds
can't lane, and you can go in the jungle and
Secrets
either get some
turn
farm
to
or
pick.
force supports to rotate on you, it frees up the map elsewhere. Whereas, let's say you put Veno jungle as a support, one support from the enemy team can just go and mess with you, and then it's equalized, and you have a support that's way more level dependent, just sitting around in the jungle and not getting. There's plenty of supports that can bully Veno alone.
Team Liquid's
Obviously,
turn
there's the
to
threat
pick.
of rotation, but yeah. If Secret want to be cute, they can try it. I don't think it's impossible. I just think it's hard, especially against Furion. Just come in and mess with you with Treants alone will already make it hard. So Lich, this is a hero Virtus Pro has banned first every game of the tournament, I think, regardless of
10
opponents.
seconds
like,
remaining.
We hate Lich. Don't blame him. I love it though.
5 seconds
What
remaining.
does that say about me? Yep, that's solid laning for Secret Secured. Now they can put the Lich with Ember so they can offset if they have a bad matchup. And Silencer. Interesting.
Okay.
These are very different approaches to what we've seen as of late from both teams.
Is this not what Virtus Pro were talking about, though, in the sense that if it was Virtus Pro that
10
said it,
seconds remaining.
we don't like playing Secret because of this?
Well, Liquid are also doing something way
5
different too.
seconds
Yeah, but
remaining.
aren't they reacting to Secret? Isn't that why? Because they're having to play slightly different or draft slightly differently?
That's a good point.
I would think part of the reason we're still not sure where the statement is from, right? Where
No,
we're saying that
It's
VP don't
not
want to play
attributed
Secret.
right now.
But
Rumors have it.
Secret, when they draft well, they are very good at getting good lane matchups. And that is something Virtus Pro hate playing against, because Virtus Pro are a team that's very snowbally by nature and want to get off to a good start. Probably the reason they ban Lich every game is that no one doesn't want to tilt minute 5 and just leave. So then you don't want to play against Lich and dual mid.
Early on, Global really doesn't
5
mean
seconds
anything to
remaining.
him. It's pretty nice. He has the Frost Armor to also back it up. One of the classic lanes that LFY ran at TI, the off lane Lich Doom.
Team Secret's
that kinda
turn
just
to
ran
ban.
They made Necro into Doom. That's unusual.
Why would you do that?
For the laning, probably. Liquids might be scared that they will lose the lanes too hard, so now they get a Matumba hero that can... If this is a lane in isolation, just Necro against Doom, Necro wins that lane pretty hard.
10
So,
seconds remaining.
This could be Liquid's way of either forcing the Lich to play in Doom's lane, or at least
5 seconds
putting
remaining.
pressure on Secret to swap their lanes around in a way that they would not like.
Why do you think they pick Silencer? Just only for the Ember? What other reason is there for the Silencer pickup? Because this is the hero that Liquid have not picked.
Liquid
at
have
all.
0 stuns to play with Silencer. It's a bit weird. Like, usually you pick Silencer if you have, say, a Bat Rider, and you can lasso a guy, global Silence, so they can't counterplay and get that pick. But right now, they have no guarantee that they get a pick with the global.
Or to use it to counter a Shaker or something like that that jumps in.
Yeah, exactly. If it counters something, it wasn't like particularly great when they picked it here, I think. There might be
They
something...
haven't had a reason for it, though, which is what I'm curious. I'm trying to find that
10
reason.
seconds remaining.
I think the hero is in some ways pretty good against Ember because of last
5
word.
seconds remaining.
Ember is a very chaining type hero, so it's annoying when you get last worded. Hey.
So
And of course, the global sets you up to kill him off, but I just don't know if that's enough to justify it as a third pick in this draft. I'm not that big of a fan of this support duo in particular. Like Night Stalker Silencer, I think, do a bit of the same, like both playing around silence. If the first pick from Liquid would have been the GH Earth Spirit instead, I think it would have been a way better pick. Because then you can allow Earth Spirit to roll in, cast all his spells because he can't get counterplayed with Global, and then play around it that way. But we'll see. I like Liquid's first phase a lot. The second phase to me falls a little bit flat. So currently a bit more in the Secret train here, but and Secret even had the last pick. So I think they should be pretty happy with what they've got right now.
It's a very unusual Liquid draft, isn't it?
It really is.
Anyway, they throw us for a loop and do something like a Wisp last pick for Liquid and change one of those other heroes into a core.
Well,
What would you
what would
change?
you do? Mid silencer? It has to be the silencer that's a core then. I don't think you put core Night Stalker and support Furion, or have Night Stalker, Furion, and Necros your tri-core. That's a bit strange. Sounds pretty weak to me. I'm more or less set on this being a silencer support. We could see it actually, that's a fair point. I think silencer as a core is actually really strong against Ember Spirit in lane. That's a bad lane matchup for the Ember. If they're thinking that way, that could be a possibility. That's one of the pieces of information you give away when you pick Ember Spirit so early, is that this hero, in my mind, is almost a lock on mid. You can sometimes safe lane it, but very one-dimensional in its laning.
Turn to pick.
And Aces Meepo.
Just in case.
Brood is still... No, that
No,
was
no,
first
no,
phase ban. I was like, I
No,
ban
no,
toward the end. I'm not used to looking up there for
no.
Brood. I'm not used to looking in the first phase for Brood ban.
That was a good one. Sid.
Whenever you look at these two
10
teams, you look for
seconds
Brood ban. I'm
remaining.
just
You
saying,
do.
like, these teams play that so much.
And the Meepo.
5
and the Huskar.
seconds remaining.
Gotta be sure you don't fall into traps. Is there anything left?
Anything
that'll be
cheesy?
tricky here. So I think Liquid just flat out need a miracle here. Oh, okay.
Oh, hello.
It's
What
back.
were we saying?
Which of the two amazing Doom targets are you going to Doom now, Lonzo? Will you pick Necro or Invo?
A choice of two.
This, to me, looks like an absolutely outstanding Pugna game if they could fit it into their strat. But
10 seconds remaining.
Where would that go, though?
that's the
Now,
thing. Like, would
yeah.
they be try to be cute and put it on a 4? Fabulous. Okay,
Okay.
because they... Yeah.
You may now select
So
your
it's
heroes.
support Lich and Doom by Yapzor now.
Yeah.
It looks like not a Fata Doom this time around. Will be Fata on Venolancer. We haven't seen that too much.
Fought on Veno.
Yeah, have you seen that? No.
Not recently. Oh, we've seen it a little bit, but that's like his. Those are his heroes: Viper, Razor, Veno.
This is a sick PL game, by the way. It is so good. The only thing that's dangerous to him is if Invoker combos him. Pretty much nothing else can even touch him.
You can't really combo him though, because he has doppelganger.
Yeah, there's Global Silence. So, you know,
By
and
Manta.
Night Stalker Silence.
By
So
Manta
you
win
silence,
game.
then you force Manta, then you Global, then you combo. Come on, it's easy.
All right.
He's got anti-eye, man.
In one word, which way is game one going?
I like Secret a bit more. I think they have good counter picks.
Uh,
One word.
I will also go with Secret.
10 seconds remaining.
A plethora of words here at the desk as we will now wrap things up and we'll
5
go back
seconds
inside the
remaining.
Barclaycard Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second semi-final. It's all set nicely between Team Liquid and Secret. Let's see how they get on.
You couldn't ask for a better matchup here in the semi-final. On the final day of ESL 1, Hamburg, Team Secret versus Team Liquid. Kuro versus Puppy, the two long-standing Dota players turned cap veteran in the industry, have both pretty good similarities between the two. They both have some young superstar positions in both their
Prepare
core
for
position as
battle.
well as their mid lane. They've got some veterans in there as well, especially Secret, having the experienced Fada in the off lane. Mind Control certainly adapted in his own in Liquid. He seems to be one hell of an off laner. I love this matchup splits, but who do you really give it to after looking at this draft? I mean, we called the Phantom Lancer towards the end for Secret, but do you think that actually wins them this entire match?
I think it does. I think this hero is going to go relatively unchallenged. I think he's a really strong hero right now. I know he hasn't had the best statistics, but sometimes when you just have a really good PL game, it's going to be a really good PL game. But I mean, I'm really interested in this matchup. It could have easily been a grand finals anywhere else.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Secret have been on one hell of a roll, but they haven't proven themselves at the highest level
30
yet,
seconds
right?
to
Like they
battle.
haven't gotten themselves a win at a minor. Now they're at the major. Now that this is their best shot to be able to establish themselves before this patch comes to a close. I also want to talk about what you said on the panel. Remember we were talking about how Kuro, he had that thing that he said about being able to establish this meta as Team Liquid. And right here, right now, this is their opportunity to close out this patch.
Yeah, I know that Kuro's really interested in legacies, and being able to say we were the best from start to finish, I think would mean a lot to him, as both sides actually
battle
feature
begins.
hometown favorites.
Yeah.
Both German players in this game on Secret and Liquid. I heard one dude clap.
Look at that. Team Liquid going for the invasion are able to pick up that extra bounty rune. So we're going to have Fada on the off-lane Venomancer. A little switcheroo that Secret gave us, and they're going to have Ace taking over the mid lane as the Phantom Lancer are a good matchup versus the Invoker, correct?
Yes, and Yapsor going to be playing this spoiler role where I think this Doom is going to be quite annoying. Doom has always been a very good hero against the Invoker because you can just simply run at him. Invoker's weakness has always been the fact that if you dual lane him, he can't really do a whole lot against it, and I think this support Doom kind of threw them for a loop. They were probably expecting something like the Lich plus the Doom in the off lane.
Yep.
But instead, it's something a little bit different here.
And that means we're going to be having safe lane for mid one on the Ember Spirit, guarded by Puppy's Lich. But he is going up against a Furion. This looks like a really tough lane for Secret. So even if they do get the one-on-one matchup, or even the two-on-two matchup in the mid lane, their safe lane is going to be suffering heavily.
And I think they're okay with that trade. Although you'd really like to see Yapsor try to grab a creep, make an aggressive move on this mid lane, as he had to use his first Devour just for the Treants. Yapsor being a bit of a greedy player, and this is the perfect hero for a greedy player.
Yeah, absolutely. A support Doom that can spend his time in the jungle, get his own set of farm. You can already see he's level 2. Looks like he actually picked up a bigger troll, so he does have at least the ensnare to be able to set up a gank here. Fada playing pretty aggressively. Running out of regen is going to have to go through a healing salve. You can see port mid one. At least they finally got the ice armor from Puppy, so that will help mitigate a lot of the physical damage that is being run at him by Mind Control's Furion, as well as GH's Night Stalker.
Right now at bottom, Puppy, just trying to drag the creep wave back, is going to be able to do so. And it looks like Mind Control and GH wanted to get aggressive, but likely to just wait until it's nighttime. No real rush for them. As up at top, Fada starting to get low, but
Oh, the
have that
Furion's
wand
going to TP in here. Mind Control is going to be able to catch Fada, and that's going to be our first blood. As Fairy Fire buys him a little bit more time, as well as the Magic Wand, but here comes the Sunstrike. Jehovah Miracle is able to land the first blood here for Liquid.
and a very nice pickup for Invokers. That global presence allows them to get some XP, get some farm.
We've got double global heroes here, Invoker and the Furion, so this is a way that Liquid can really keep the pressure on Secret.
Yeah, they don't have my favorite setups that I've ever seen for the Invoker Sunstrike. Oftentimes when they have something like this, they give Mind Control something like Beastmaster, but I think there are just some heroes that you don't want to give Mind Control, and Nature's Prophet happens to be one of them, and so Liquid pretty much has to pick it.
Yep.
You've got to kind of put the fear into people in best of threes. You got to say, like, these are still the heroes that we think are OP, try to beat them. And for Secret, it'll mean a lot if they can beat this Nature's Prophet in this first game, considering no one was able to really do it at TI.
Yeah, we saw TI, they were like, geez, the Furion is too much, and they banned it in the second and third game after giving it up in the first series. Let's see whether or not...
Even sniped the courier. He's inside the base right now.
He's getting on top of Matumba Man. It looks like he may drop here as Yapsor's first rotation is going to be well worth it. But as you said, Mind Control did manage to snipe out.
Did he snipe it as it was leaving? That was such a weird position. He suicided in for it. I saw it happening. I was like, what is he doing there?
Yeah.
And does manage to find the timing for it, and then immediately suicides to the fountain so he can make his way down bottom. But those were the Tankos, I believe. As mid one also out of regen, and this is going to hurt them a lot more than I think they realize.
So you think after being able to snipe that and seeing that mid one's not going to be able to get regen, do we just continue to keep the pressure on that safe lane, keep the Ember Spirit down?
Yeah, but unfortunately he had to suicide for it,
Yeah.
which I think is the correct call. You're not getting out of there with your life.
So it's going to take him a little extra time to get back to lane.
It's also going to help Miracle out, who is really farmed right now. Performance in the game, level 5, has a Ring of Basti.
I thought the Fan
And a
Hunter was
wand.
supposed to win this matchup. What happened?
I think it's the combination of him getting first blood.
Yes.
The largest thing is he got first blood and they get the courier kill.
Here comes the rotation down to bottom lane. GH is going to go for mid-1 here. They're trying to go for the body block with the treants as well as the slow. With the strike over the top, that's going to be another miracle kill. 2-2, maybe 2-3. Puppy barely gets out alive, it looks like, with the TP away. But now Liquid have completely forced this safe lane back to base. And they are going to have some free lanes, it looks like.
Yeah, right now both the safe lanes are suffering, as we saw Yapsor heavily prioritize harassing that top area. And Liquid, right now it seems like most of their focus is trying to put pressure on lanes so that Miracle can get this very advantageous 1v1. And I say that now just because of such a good start he's had. And mid-1 at bottom getting dove by the illusions. Kroki though out of mana.
He's going to pop out that Flame Guard. GH
Maybe
is
they
going
just
to
wanna
try and
chase
run him down here. Now, he doesn't have the silence, so he's just going to throw out the level 2 slow from the Void, but it looks like they are going to be able to bring him down with just the physical attack. So Liquid gain yet another kill. A TP in from the Doomed here. Looks like Yapsor is going to try and keep the pressure off of this tower. Up for Miracle to knock him down.
Tri-lane mid, but this time around they're just creating space around the map, finding kill opportunities, so even better for Miracle, as I think Yapsor, you have to give up on that area. Liquid, representing 3 heroes at once, are so strong early on, and something that
what do we do as Secret to change this? Do we put Venomancer bottom lane and like switch up the lane somehow?
Yes, and that's exactly what they're going to do, but this isn't going to be helpful for them either, as this is not an easy lane for the Veno to deal with. Only one level of the wards. That's going to help them spot GH. But something I was going to mention is when you have heroes like Doom and Ember who naturally have low int and low mana pools, it's very annoying to die around that silencer.
Yeah, he just keeps racking up the intelligence, the stolen intelligence.
Especially as somebody who I know plays Doom, it's really, really annoying.
Yeah, percentage-wise, it's so much of your mana. Even just 2 intelligence, it hurts a lot. Yapsor, who's smoked up, is actually going to run a GH here around that 6-minute bounty room. And does have the help of Kuro, so Yapsor's in some serious trouble. Fada's going to make his way over. Looks like they're going to try and go for Kuro here. Fada actually tries to hit the slow on the GH as well. Misses out on that one. They're going to miss out on the kill on Kuro as well. GH, look at Yapsor. He's hugging the heroes. He wants to make sure that he's not going to be caught up by a Sunstrike here, but what a good run out from GH. Mind Control gets another courier somehow, and GH is still going to be able to get away.
That courier has spent all but 1 minute of this game dead. I don't know how it's happening or how he's really timing it out, but I mean, he's finding the angle every single time, and that is so frustrating, I think, for Secret.
Do you think he actually just timed out, like, from the last death, like 3 minutes later, and he was like, all right, it's up now, it's probably going to fly out?
He probably saw the courier going downwards and then just timed it on its descent back, but that's still pretty absurd. To lose a courier twice like that, dead for 6 minutes, it's only been 7 minutes into the game. It's like it's been necro ulted like several times. But Matama Man,
I mean, he's getting space too. Look at him. He's got a Staff of Wizardry on top of the treads.
yeah, and it seems like Secret was unprepared to deal with this kind of pressure, but this is what Liquid does with their Nature's Prophet. They're going to play very aggressively in that offlane area, force a lot of pressure down there, and I think the thing that's throwing Secret off is they're not really helping this Invoker.
Yeah.
They probably expected there to be more support for this Invoker, but Miracle's been relatively untouched.
If you're Liquid, you're probably going to say, like, look, Miracle, you're going to have maybe some heroes running at you, but we're going to get you back into the game via Sunstrikes.
Yes.
Right? So as long as we're winning the other lanes and you're collecting the bounty for the kills, you're fine.
And the problem here is that I think Secret is playing too counter-aggressive. Like, they're trying to make things happen after the fact. Like, they're playing very reactively, I should say, as Yapsor. Gonna pop that fire.
So you want them to start setting the tempo, like ganking Matumba Man some more. And like, if you're going to lose your safe lane, you might as well make sure that the enemy safe laner is not having a good time. And Matumba Man has definitely made some serious recovery.
Yeah, but who's really having a bad time on the side of Liquid? And that's the problem is, okay, so they go bottom to help out, but that lane's already dead. Miracle by that time, he's too hard to gank. And top, all of a sudden, you haven't really touched that area in quite some time, and Man's starting to get farmed. And this is the dangerous Liquid when they're able to win all 3 of their lanes because they have very greedy cores. But if they can do it this successfully, and look at the gold lead, 4,000 at 8 minutes is really fast.
Okay, so I feel like we're beating on Secret almost as hard as Liquid is right now. But what about like the fact that they do have some pretty strong mid-game heroes? Like surely they're gonna hit a swing at some point in time. But the Ember Spirit, now that he's got his ultimate, can start going around getting some kills. Doom up as well. Venomancer's a strong mid-game hero. Like they can at least bring this game back via some of those early team fights, right?
Yeah, they probably missed their early game timing with their Doom, but the next one is let him get level 6, then start going around the map, get aggressive, take down one of the cores. And the good news is, if you are playing against a Nature's Prophet, you can almost always get back into the game because this hero can't team fight.
Fury on TP in, looks like he's going to go for Puppy here, surrounds him with
Another
a
one.
He is going to be able to get another Sunstrike kill for Miracle, dominating already for the 10-minute mark.
This is starting to get a little bit out of control right now. As normally, you really want to pressure this Invoker. That's what we thought would happen with this with this Doom PL mid, but for the most part, he's been untouched, and now mind control.
This is spiraling out of control now. What is Mid Want up to here? He's cutting the creep wave, runs into the Invoker. Looks to be able to take it before he jumps back. Man not able to get the Reaper stunned up, or would have killed Mid One. Flame guard
Radiant's middle tower
And it looks like
is under
Secret,
attack.
they might just be afraid to make their courier leave the base. I'm not sure if anybody needs it right now, but you've got to be careful. Mind Control has represented that he's willing to snipe it multiple times, and Yapsor going to make his way up here. Doesn't want to use the Doom quite yet, though.
But they do have GH as well as Mind Control coming in from the side, so they're actually going to try and get a counter kill on Nafana. Stopping the TP with the Void, but they're not going to be able to stop Yapsor's TP out. So it is going to be a core for a support to the favor of Liquid.
Still, with this kind of gold lead, I think that's a relatively even exchange. Like, they got to get kills happening on the map. They didn't have to expend Doomford either. Dagon completed on
He's going to pop with the Dagon. He's going to be able to bring down Mid One. He did not see that one coming.
I didn't see that one coming either.
Oh, the Dagon early. Pick up 11 minutes in from Man, and it's already worth it.
That's so cool. He was showing as if he was going to go for a Force Staff.
Yeah.
And Mid-One's like, all right, I've got Flame Guard. There's no way that I can die. So much magic damage there. Burst it out. 20 seconds still on the deck for him as Yapsor making his way up top. Mind Control already TPing out. They're going to spot this with the Ward Air. We're going to see it again.
So Mid One's thinking to himself,
Level 4 Flame Guard.
Level 4 Flame Guard. I could just burn you down, and all of a sudden it becomes too much. Mid One's down for 40 seconds off of that death.
Straight up Slane as now Ace, he's got to make something happen. You can't have this passive laning phase anymore. Starting to go around the map.
But Venomancer isn't like the best core to go around killing things, right? Like I feel like he's more of a 25, 30 minute after you've got Diffuse a Blade and some stats.
Yes, he needs to just continue to farm right now. But I fear for his team's ability to fight without him right now.
Yeah.
As they have Lich, who hasn't had the easiest game either. As Puppy is run around, his game's been slowed down a lot. GH, even a higher level. Mid, Mind Control, already starting the Treant Assault as he wants to back up. Mid one popping that Flame Guard preemptively. But I think the mid tower is going to be the next location.
Now look at this smoke wrap around. Liquid really want to take that mid-tier one away.
That ward saw them, and the scan is going to confirm this, that they are grouping around this mid area. And Secret, they've done their homework. They know that this move is coming. Yapsor, though, might still get spotted out. He's going to start taking the high ground as the illusions start making its way up, and the ward is placed. Preemptive pops that Scorched Earth.
So it looks like Secret are kind of just giving this one up.
They know for a fact that they're behind that tower area now.
Nice attempt at a deny, but Kuro doesn't do enough damage. Mid one's going to join them here. But the tower's already under so much assault. It's definitely going down before Secret are able to contest it. So they're going to lose that map control. It just seems like Secret are reading this as Liquid's just too strong, right?
Yeah. I did like that they were able to de-ward. They sensed that coming. It's a very obvious play after you go for the bottom tower to just immediately connect in.
Yeah.
Especially considering that the tower was already at half HP.
And look at Vada. He also reads the fact that Liquid's coming this way. It seems like Secret have, again, as you said, done their homework about Liquid, seen what kind of rotations they like to make. They're reading the strategy of Liquid very well. They just didn't really anticipate the laning phase. Because of that, it's such a deficit that they just can't even fight Liquid.
Yeah. just feels like they know what's happening and they still can't stop it.
Yeah.
The gold lead already at 7,000, and this is a really casual 7,000 gold lead. It doesn't feel as if there was any large-scale engagements that allowed this to happen, but it's just largely on the fact that all three of the
Dire's
cores
middle
steadily
tower is
farming
under
away.
attack.
Yapsor does have that Doom available, 13 minutes, and we haven't seen it quite yet.
Kill. We really, really need this kill, but there is Liquid sitting here on the side. In fact, the silencer is next to Matama Man. More importantly, he has global silence up, so Yapsor is not going to see that opportunity to go for Matama. Matama Man's not being punished for his super greedy build of the Dagon, because that means he has no hood of defiance. He's super susceptible to magic damage, but they haven't killed him since.
Nobody is being punished for their greedy builds. Right now, Miracle Invoker has a lot of items that don't provide him anything. Halfway to that Axe, once he has the Axe, of course, he's going to ramp up his effectiveness, but for the most part, this guy's just been farming Ancients and farming that neutral creep triumvirate as Vada mid.
They're going to go for it with the haste. They're going to get the Reaper side. Oh, Jesus! Ooh, that is the kitchen sink being thrown at poor Fada. Tumba Man is the one to pick up the kill off the Reaper side.
50 seconds dead. That is a really long time.
Dire are scanning.
I think he does have his Midas. Is he going to lose Midas efficiency for that?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Oh no. That's really where it hurts.
We even get to see those. Yapsor does manage to get off the Scorched Earth, so he's okay in this situation.
Dire's
But
bottom tower
again,
is under
it's
attack.
Secret either dying
Radiant's top tower
or
is
retreating
under
from
attack.
every single engagement. They have yet to be the ones to set the tempo in this game.
What's weird for me, Cap, is that it's the heroes that you don't often see setting up these fights. Like
Dire's
this
bottom
Necro, like,
tower
just
is under
running around.
Running around, yeah.
Yeah,
With
he's-
a Dagon, Reaper sight.
As much as Secret don't have these heroes that can easily do it, hold that thought as Ace gonna get silenced up.
Silence off.
Where's the Sunstrike
Sunstrike's
again?
coming in. They're going to be able to bring him low. Ace is going to be able to get the doppelganger up, but he's already so low. He needs the assistance. Actually, he's going to be able to bottle up, charge around with the chain frost bounce around. They might be able to kill GH. Yapsor's here to be able to clean up this kill. Matuma Man actually managed to sneak around the side and get Ace from behind. Brought him down with the Dagon and will TP out to safety. Just as you think Secret might be able to take one up over Liquid. Well, let's see. They've at least got Kuro, it looks like. Midmon should be able to run him down pretty easily. Resonance and the Flame Guard burn. So that's a freebie. Finally, Secret get themselves a kill that doesn't cost them so much more.
And they really needed that, because I'm still struggling to figure out like how this game is exactly happening. Because Liquid, of course the Nature's Prophet can TP around and set stuff up, but he's not a natural disable or anything. And so most of this is coming around from GH, who has just been everywhere. Demon on the map so far, already has that medallion, and he's just been a thorn Secret side as Liquid, they have full map control right now. They've done a very good job of setting up fights around that Sunstrike, even without any of those reliable disables.
I love the force staff choice that he's thinking about right now. We saw a unusual force staff picked up yesterday off the force staff. Thought that was a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, they just need more team fight. They need ways to be able to kite, because the downside of their lineup is they don't have these stuns, so they have to continue to do these like hit and run maneuvers for them to be able to get kills. And right now it's successful, and maybe there is a time where they can just be able to get a lot of farm as global silence pop
They're gonna
bottom.
go for bottom lane with the Reaper Scythe already being used. Doesn't get hit by the Sunstrike, but does get hit by Matuma Man's Death Pulse.
And the ult
Radiant's
ultimately
bottom
doesn't
tower
end up
is under
killing him, but still, he's got a full pipe. You're right. This is going to shore up their team fight even further. It just keeps getting worse and worse right now for Secret as GH.
is under attack.
Nice puppy slows him down.
Doesn't have the frost armor on him either, the Sunstrike.
Sunstrike, that one's gonna miss.
And GH has to get out of here.
It flies straight up into the trees. Accidentally knocks down those trees, but won't be caught.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And it
Radiant's
looks like
bottom
Liquid, they
tower
want to play
is
this
under
early
attack.
game tempo a little bit faster. As now that they've got the Orchid, anybody is liable to die now.
So, do you agree with Secret taking this slow?
I don't know. They still haven't used Doom, I think.
Yeah.
To my knowledge, it's almost 20 minutes into the game right now. I just think they're being run around, and they can't read the moves because their ward vision isn't exactly the best either.
And all their lanes are being shoved in. So, pretty much there's only one lane that's ever pushed in.
And game
By,
is paused.
Puppy will pause the game for poor Ace, who's currently DC'd out.
I just noticed the bottom left and the bottom, it shows like who glyphed and who.
Yeah, it shows both the glyphs and both the...
That's awesome.
scans.
Take a quick pause, but yeah, it feels like Secret right now. They're just being run ragged. The fact that they haven't been able to utilize their Doom whatsoever in this game. It's 18 minutes in, hasn't used a single Doom, has been level 6 since the 10-minute mark. They just can't really get them online, and as a result, none of Liquid's cores are getting punished. Yeah, they lose Kuroki once in a while, but nobody else is dying.
Would you say that, I mean, you put most of this on GH, back the game here. You put most of this on GH, but Furion definitely had a large impact as well. Just watching the first 18 minutes, no matter what
Oh,
feels
for
like
sure.
the Furion has had enough impact. Would you as Secret ban it in game 2?
I mean, we haven't gotten to that point yet. I think we're being a little bit presumptuous here because I think Secret's teamfight is still very strong. If you doom somebody, who cares how much net worth you have? You've been doomed.
I guess my point is, like, oftentimes the hardest part of the game to really make work for a Furion is that early game. And they've done it with stars.
Yeah, they're really comfortable playing around
Radiant
Hero.
are scanning.
And we're seeing it here as they're going to scan Secret. They're not even trying to make an aggressive maneuver. They just want to farm. They're so afraid right now of going around the map that they're willing to scan just to see if they can farm a little bit further.
Don't worry, Fada. It's the little things in life. Maybe losing this game by 8,000 gold, scores 5 to 10 before the 20-minute marker, but at least you can deny that double dip.
You gotta be happy about those things. As Puppy has a Quelling Blade, purely for the ward deny, I think.
And Treant,
The Sprout. That's like minor annoying.
I mean,
It's a good gold
it's a little bit annoying when you can't get out and it's a free Sunstrike.
Radiant's top
That's
tower
true.
is under
That's your
attack.
stun.
That's like 500 pure damage straight to the poor Lich. He's only got probably 800 HP.
Yeah, it's not fun being battle domed.
It looks like our final 2-1 tower just dropped here. Liquid
Radiant's top tower is falling.
Secret, all they're really getting on with this, pushing it mid. Liquid just gonna keep going to this tier 2, force Secret into such good reaction.
Radiant's
They're gonna
top tower
fight
is under attack.
On Mataba Man, as long as he can get it off before the Doom, it's gonna be really hard for them to fight, yeah.
It's so hard to be able to burst anybody.
So the play here is as soon as somebody gets doomed, as the silencer, you just pop global silence and you force that. Then you just reset the fight, wait out the doom, and go for it again. Because the Necro will regen so quickly, he has a high amount of HP regen with that pipe. It's okay to take some of these sloppier fights, as long as those things are done in that order. And that's why Secret are so hesitant to fight, even with Liquid taking all of their tier 2 towers.
Is there, can we get like a force staff you or something just to get them a little bit closer to you?
Maybe.
Seems like jumping out is gonna be hard.
But they want to take this fight. This is not a tower that they want to give away for free. They've given away too much of the map already. And if you lose this tier 2 tower, then you're liable to just get Roshan'd, and Liquid can start playing the split up the map game even further.
Yeah.
And take over that area.
But you can see Liquid did have a ward in front of that off-lane tower.
Yeah,
So they see Secret's movements. They backed off as there were 5 heroes, but now they know Secret are eventually going to split apart here. They're going to be able to get the catch. Potentially the Venomancer can get the force down a little bit farther right. Sunstrike just on the edge. Looks like Mind Control's able to pick it up with his ultimate. Reaper's Sight brings the Doom a little bit. Who's going for Miracle and over the back line. Ember Spirit's going to join him. Mid-one hopes to be able to catch up, but immediately silenced up. And now being moved around by Miracle. The team hopes to be able to get a save from the Necrophos and will be able to. Mind Control over the TP out is barely going to make it alive, but the rest of the heroes are a bit low. So it looks like Liquid is just going to be able to clean up the rest of the Secret. They're going to be forced to retreat. Ace not getting hit by that tornado. May still be chased down here with no doppelganger up for another second.
Mind Control.
And the back line with the Orchid is going to be able to get the Ember Spirit kill. Now Ace is going to move forward, try and get the kill onto Mind Control, surrounding him with his illusions. But damage is already done. They've lost their core, and now with the rest of Liquid backing Mind Control up. In fact, they're just diving into tier 3. They're going to be able to take Puppy as well. Venomancer's going to go for the TP in. Maybe Liquid have already sent it themselves, but they don't have a... Oh, no, they don't have a stun.
Radiant's top
It's just a
tower is
TP
under
away.
attack.
It's so easy for Matamba Man to get out of these engagements now that all the supports are dead.
Radiant's top
Liquid
tower
even
has
gets that
fallen.
tier 2. It is a goddamn massacre here in game number 1.
And Mind Control even TPing bottom to further maximize the farm, breathing even heavier down the necks of Secret as Liquid with full control. First Doom of the game used, and it largely led to nothing. And in fact, it led to his team all dying and them losing the tier 2 tower.
Yeah.
And now the one area that they could farm this ancient area is being taken away from them.
Ancient, yeah, that like triangle you're talking about.
They don't feel comfortable going into their own jungle because they don't know about the war vision. The next move they make is probably you just buy a desperation gem because you can't play under this kind of vision game. And once you grab that tier 2 tower up the top, you go for the Roshan. I think Secret are aware of this, but fighting it is another story.
Especially Liquid, I feel like this is something Liquid always does with Roshan. They will start a Roshan with like 2 heroes. Always have so they can actually get the initiation on the team trying to contest Roshan rather than the other way around. Miracle was pushing forward with the Invis. Not in a space though. Stop into the Roshan pit is going to pull it out.
What I'd like to see right now is Matama Man back out, let the Nature's Prophet push out both of the side lanes, and once somebody goes to deal with this bottom lane, then you can go back into the Rosh pit if you feel like it.
Yeah. But at the same time, Secret do have a pretty good hero to be able to deal with that, right? They can just have the Ember Spirit run at bottom, and he can always jump back to that Roshan pit if he leaves, right?
Especially now that he has the Yule Scepter. That's going to make it a lot easier for him, but Lincoln's number 1 completed on Liquid. Last I checked, they wanted one on Miracle, who's steadily getting closer to his, and once that happens, Cap, the teamfight initiation is just simply not going to be there for Secret. They don't have any of these heroes that ignore the Lincolns very easily, like the Earthshaker or the Earth Spirit. Instead, they've got a lot of single target focus down.
It's going to be hard as the Doom to get like the Mana Drain creep or the Purge creep, jump in, pop the Lincolns with that ability, and then get Doom off. But the problem with that is Mind Control is going to have Tornado, Cold Snap, something to be able to interrupt you in that short period of time.
Yeah.
Mind Control has his Orchid. So that extra like half a second that it takes for you to be able to cast something to pop the Lincolns is devastating.
It feels like an eternity.
Yeah.
Especially against players playing at this level. You don't get that kind of time as Miracle is waiting for mid 1, already start popping some spells, but just gonna push out the wave right now, and his team are gathered up in this mid area. It looks like they're peeking around Matama Man. Preemptively pops Grow Shroud, but was afraid of getting gone on. Still very tanky though.
They're so confident. The Invoker and the Fury, now that they have those Lincolns.
Dire's middle
They know
tower
it's just so
is under
unlikely
attack.
for them to be caught by Secret at this point, especially with the aggressive vision that they have down top lane. They still have that laning ward. It's going to be able to see most rotation through that jungle area.
And even though they're only up by 80 kills,
Radiant are scanning.
would have built up a 13,000 gold lead as one more Midas in, and Miracle will have paid off.
And so protecting Miracle as he goes to the top lane, looking for that takeoff, and he's going to be onto Ace. It's going to be caught by the Reaper's sight.
Even gets hit by the Sunstrike. Beautiful play by Liquid. This might just lead them into a high ground scenario as Secret. They'll be hard pressed to defend this. They don't have the best heroes at defending this. They do have the Venomancer, but he's not in place to place those wards. Only has 1 down so far. Already going to get gone on.
Might as well try and force the
Radiant
buyback. GH
structures are
gives himself a little bit of push down the cliff. 45 seconds they're going to have to deal with this siege if they want to be able to keep the buyback intact for the fan line. So it seems so unlikely
Radiant's bottom
they're going to
tower
do
is
that.
under
We'll see.
attack.
Pushes himself forward. A lot of the damage here. Now the Doom initiation on the Necrophos, but there goes that defensive force down, trying to get him back to the rest of the team. Hoping to be able to keep the Necrophos alive here, but they are going to be gone on by Ace. So it looks like he's definitely dead. Mid-1 gets a
getting
good
low.
and Blast actually going to be able to bring down Crow with the help of Ace. Now they look towards Miracle, who goes for a TP out, goes for the invis, but they do have
Look
the
at bottom, though.
Blade is going to be able to catch that one. TP in, Mind Control, they're going to be able to catch him as well. Mid-1 goes for it with the boots of travel, and Mind Control does not have the Orc to be able to stop him here. Tries to go for the Sprout, doesn't quite catch him. Mid-1 catching up, goes for the TP out. As long as they actually get the disable here with the Yule Scepter, and then they get the chains to be able to stop the follow-up, but he gets the Orchid off, and Mind Control is going to be able to make it out alive.
Very well done. Was waiting to pop that Yule Scepter.
Dire's
It's the
middle
first
tower
TP
is
so that he
under
uses
attack.
it. Then the second
Dire's
one
structures are fortified.
Really
is
smart.
bolster.
Especially since he put himself right on top of the
Radiant's
Quake
top
before he did,
tower
so they
is
had to
under
use the
attack.
Yule Scepter
Dire's
for that
middle
first
tower
disable.
is under attack.
And I really like that he went for that play. He understands this is a lost fight. The only way that they can win that fight is if Matama Man is able to live for even half a second, but he recognizes, okay, my team, we've definitively lost this fight. There's no point in me also throwing my life away. Let's create some pressure so they can't immediately go for an objective like this.
With a double damage again, so coming in, nice double Chains with a remnant. They're going to be able to bring down both of these supports. Secret hit Liquid back hard. Trying to set the tempo of this game. They're going to take that tier 1 tower away from Liquid as well. And that gold lead is beginning to plummet for
Dire's
Liquid.
middle tower
Yeah, we talked
has
about it.
fallen.
This is what happens when you don't have these disables. You're always going to get initiated on. We thought they had enough farm, but 15,000 gold lead now going down to 8 as Miracle. He wants his kill on a
You
puppy.
dirty dog. You leave those core supports alone. Puppy's going to be popping cold snap. No chance in hell that he's getting out of that one. Will put some pressure on that top lane. Now here comes the rotation. Sunstrike.
Mid one
Or not Sunstrike. Mid one's not going to be able to catch him.
has an arcane rune and a DD. Miracle gonna get out of there as mid one now starting to get really farmed. Almost has that fully completed Radiance. There is no lockdown available for him. Only silences, so that Yule Scepter is especially effective right now. And Liquid, without any hexes on their side,
Radiant's bottom
they're gonna
shrine
be
is
hard
under
pressed to
attack.
find the initiation.
Yeah, they're going to have to like throw Reaper's Sight at the Ember Spirit, I think,
Yeah.
just to be able to get some control. That's not really your ideal.
It shows you that even if you're ahead 50k when you have a lineup that doesn't have these disables
Radiant's
or the
bottom
team fight
shrine
ability,
is under attack.
and for the most part you want to avoid these fights. Like Secret obviously
bottom
has a much
shrine
stronger
has
overall
fallen.
5-on-5 right now.
Now, at least we did get that tier 3 at bottom lane for that nasty engagement at top. So the shrines are unlocked. They've already taken one of them, the bottom one. And Furion is eventually going to throw treants at that top shrine as well. So we're not only talking about a pretty big boost in gold for Team Liquid, but also a lot more map control.
And that's what they need right now. They need to further build that lead up.
Just suffocate Secret, right? Just build and build more and more of an advantage, because it's kind of like that, it was that Chinese saying where if you can't go high ground, your advantage is false, right? A little bit ringing true here for Liquid, just because of the fact that they don't have the team fight to
Radiant's
always
top shrine
guarantee
is
beat
under
out
attack.
Secret.
Yeah, and Secret even going to make an aggressive smoke maneuver. They trust their team fight right now. And Fada, only person showing right now on Liquid.
Radiant's top
Kuro,
shrine is under attack.
a little bit ahead right now.
Fada's a pretty good actor. Look, backing off, he's trying to play a little
Radiant
hesitant.
Oh, mid one went for
missed
it.
Chains there. Mid one didn't actually get the sleight of fist onto Matumba Man. Trying to get himself catch Mike control. Good for snap forward. Yapster's going to be on mid one out. Hoping to be able to close in on that core
This
kill.
might
But
be
now
the
the
fight
rest of
they
Liquid
need.
is here. They're going to be able to get the Reaper's Sight, bringing Doom low, and they finish him off with mind control. Now the Chain Frost comes in. It's not going to do much, only bouncing between the two of them. And now GH trying to
Radiant's top
pursue, but Ace
shrine
makes sure that there is
under
no pursuit on the rest of Secret as they back off. Miracle immediately going for the fast split push. This is going to force Secret to TP back, and you can see Liquid are surging for trying to catch some of these heroes that are TPing away.
They need a Roshan right now on Liquid. They force people bottom, they force people top. I think this is one of the best opportunities that they're going to have to go for it. They're setting up around that area. GH already popping a fly just to see if there's anything there.
Radiant's top tower
And with
is
the
under
ward in
attack.
there, it seems like they're a little bit spooked as Miracle gonna finish out a BKB now. Starting to get really farmed. And Kuro.
Radiant's top
Is he
tower
gonna die for that?
Shrine.
He's
Oh,
gonna
and
die for that.
a lot of damage very quickly. Miracle could not get a tornado off in time to save his ally.
At the same time, Mind Control takes down another tower. Immediately gets out. Now it's two sides that are exposed. And this is exactly what Liquid want to do. They want to continue to put up the pressure without sacrificing too much. And Mind Control gonna try to solve his team's disable issue.
Let's see if he can pick up that Scythe of Vice. That'll help for sure.
They're not lacking damage. With the Dagon 2 and a Shiva's Guard on their Necro,
Yeah.
plus Sunstrike, any hero goes down. They just need the ability to lock somebody up.
He's trying to get Dagon 5, so you could just Reaper Sight the Ember Spirit, and they could just throw a bunch of magic damage at him in that like 1.5 second window where he's disabled.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea whatsoever. Necro, though, of course, not the most mobile hero as Secret. Gonna go for another smoke as Fada.
Get to mid one. He needs your help badly. Get the Yule Scepter off. He can jump himself away before the damage comes in. Immediately silence up. The Chain Frost is going to be able to come through. With the damage coming in for the Doom as well, they might be able to bring down Matumba Man, which is a big time kill, and well worth it. But here comes Miracle with the backup. Nice Sonic Boom. He's going to be able to push back two of the members, and it looks like Ace is just on full retreat here with BKB'd up Miracle. They don't really want to fight him. They just want to be able to get the quick kill
Monster
on
lives
GH
here.
and maybe be able to get out of here. Ace is able to slide himself away, but Yaps over the minus armor coming out with Miracle's damage. It is maybe a little bit too much. Fada turns and fights, gets on the poison. Matumba Man is able to get that kill, which will gladly help him. He needed that regen as he was dropping dangerously low, especially with the poison on him. So he heals up. They're going to be able to establish control of the map again. Liquid may not have gotten Roshan, but he certainly won that fight.
And with the 3 high ground heroes dead on the side of Secret, including the Lich for his chain, his Frost Armor, I think this is going to mean a high ground attempt again as they start shoving in this bottom area, but Liquid instead content to go for the Roshan. It's just going to be Matama Man down here, and Liquid should be able to nab this very easily for themselves. Thought they would have tried to go for the forced out buyback.
Not feeling comfortable potentially being caught. I mean, if you think about it that way, right? If you force the buyback and you get caught from trying to retreat, the team fight goes the way of Secret. They've got Roshan themselves. The buyback is worth it. So Liquid here going for this.
Indeed, as first Roshan of the game goes to Liquid. A pretty late one, considering the kind of dominance that they've shown. 33 minutes into the game. The gold lead finally doing what they wanted to again.
Yep, going down, down, down.
Yeah, and it's on the back of taking smarter team fights, going for these single pickoffs, not trying to just group up. If you allow Secret to take these full-on, straight-up 5-on-5, it's going to be mid one that shows himself up front.
We're getting closer to that 25 That tornado will certainly help out Liquid's disable issue. It's hell for an Ember Spirit to play around the tornado that's up.
Is it Miracle
Seconds.
one of the few that go for the AoE still?
Do you think it's AoE blast in this game?
Radiant's middle
It might be a little bit different.
Between a PL and an Ember Spirit, I figure tornado.
Getting a little bit lower is Matama Man with the Aegis.
Yeah, get that
they're
chip
daring him.
damage on Rain Rat. Actually, they managed to force
Radiant's
out
middle tower is under
Reaper's sight
attack.
from Matama Man. He thought he was going to be able to get a kill there. And
Radiant's
Secret
middle
actually
tower
take
has
advantage of
fallen.
that cooldown.
I don't think so.
No, doesn't look like it. In fact, you can already see the Ember Spirit going to bottom lane, looking to beat the split push.
And Mind Control has that Hex available. Not his usual DPS build, but had to adjust for this game. And does so. Miracle invised up, just walking around.
Trying to finish up that Octarine at level 25.
Yeah, he's really close to it.
No need to use this Aegis right away, right? You always say establish map control first. That first couple of minutes of Aegis.
It's really silly to grab an Aegis and then immediately go for a 5-man. If you blow that team fight, then you lost your ability to take over the map. And so it was kind of a lost cause. And
X here with the Scythe of Ice, you get a little bit of control, but there's just not the damage follow. Feels him, goes on. Maybe he can actually get the silence follow up with the global silence. They might be able to catch him. They even have GH with another silence to follow this one up. Mid one's going to be caught a little bit longer.
Oh, he's too
manages to
fast.
jump himself away. He gets out. Did they change their silences?
yeah, a little bit.
I think they did.
Has Liquid
A little bit of overlap.
should have been a
there.
kill, but
Yeah.
they just didn't have the damage necessary for him. First had to break that flame guard as Conquering Core now completed. They see Liquid in this mid area as GH starting to press on forward, doesn't have that Aghanim Scepter, so no flying vision for him quite yet, and with no gem available, he's going to run into Puppy, who's starting to get low, but Yapsor right there to protect him, and now the Chain Frost is let loose.
Oh, all of Secret is here to be able to protect their captain. Puppy may still die from the urn takedown here. Oh, just enough to be able to keep himself alive. Now Matama Man's in kind of a bad issue here. Ace is going to chase away Kuro. They're not immediately focusing down this Necrophos because Yapsor's going to jump for the back line. He's going to go for the Furion, but that leaves Miracle a little unintended. So they're just going to go back for Matama Man and just try and finish him off and let Miracle do whatever he wants. If he wants to retreat, that's fine. They're going to take away the Aegis of the Necrophos. And back up. They're actually going to go for this double look at Miracle. He's setting up for a big lead here. Deafening blast, AoE combination. Matama Man brought down to half HP, but is going to be able to regen up through a lot of this one if they can just get one of these kills. And it looks like they've got all of them here. Liquid, they managed to hit big time out of Secret. They just run out of ammo here. 3 members dead, down from Secret. Only the 2 cores of Ember Spirit and Phantom Lance are kept alive.
And we see now why he goes for the AoE Deafening Blast.
Yeah.
He walks in, pops it, the entire team.
Just caught unaware by Miracle's side rotation. That's something they maybe got to keep their eye on a little bit better. It's hard to constantly keep up that counter vision, but if you don't have that, Miracle's going to be able to slide into good positions for these team fights.
Yeah. Secret that they just had a good fight. With GH down, that's one less Force Staff, one less hero to worry about. They need to press any kind of advantage that they have, and a numbers one is pretty important for them as now. But come on,
Scythe
man.
Plus Orchid. Takes a lot of damage. Doesn't have a whole lot of mana to work with either. He's only got
Radiant
one nuke off of
structures
this.
are fortified.
There's a heart though completed on Ace, so he doesn't go down easily as Liquid with 2 heroes down on the side of Secret, pressing their advantage as much as they can let it go.
But Liquid's just drawing attention to this bottom lane while
Radiant's top
Miracle
barracks
goes
are
for the
under
real shove at top lane. Tries to finish off his melee Rax, sees he can do it in time. Bottom, not quite. Catch Miracle.
Yeah, Yapsor. Now being dragged back.
He'll get that ranged Rax. And both the melee Raxes down to half HP here. Secret, they get torn apart. Miracle is going to pop the BKB and finish off that melee Rax, goes the TP out. So this should be the retreat of Liquid. Now that the pressure of Miracle is gone, they got what they came for. They got both the melee Rax at top as well as the range Rax above.
And there's absolutely nothing that they can do about him. When he pops that BKB, has that link available, even if Yapsor did have Doom, which he didn't. Unable to complete anything as Miracle going to make his way down there again. And Liquid, I think they want to continue to do this. Why take a straight 5-on-5 fight and risk anything when you can just split Secret around the map? Secret don't have that heavy initiation. They've got to show somebody, and it's not easy for them to start these fights in this manner.
Yeah, we just don't have those traditional, like, hard initiating forward positions or offlaners on either side. So these team fights can get pretty messy.
Yeah, without that available, it becomes a game where Liquid are saying to themselves, okay, throw yourselves outside of your base. If you don't do so, well, we'll just bang on your buildings. And if you don't commit to a fight, we'll take your racks. And if you do commit to a fight and you happen to lose it, we've got a lot of mobile heroes. Miracle can just TP back in. Nature's Prophet can do the same. They can't afford to lose any fights, and that's why Secret are so reluctant. And they were willing to give up that Rax's mid one. Doesn't connect.
18,000 gold lead for Liquid, 23 to 14 to their favor.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out what number it is where it doesn't matter what kind of heroes they have. This might be the number, 20k.
20k. Yeah, I don't think I've seen too many comebacks. We'll see. Secret make a little magic happen here at ESL 1 Hamburg.
You just need a really good Doom. This game pretty much falls on Yapsor's shoulders.
How many of them? How many really good Dooms do you need?
You need a really good one.
I was hoping to be able to see like maybe a refresher starting to be built now. He's getting those.
The problem is there's too many targets for him to Doom.
Yeah.
If you don't Doom the Nature's Prophet, well, NP's got Hex and an Orchid. And if you don't Doom Matama Man, he's pretty unkillable.
And you have to deal with Lincolns as well.
Yes. And
which he's played very well around. I don't think he's had a Doom blocked by Lincolns yet, but it's still going to be a struggle.
it gets better than that. Because now you've got a 6-slotted Miracle, has a refresher and an Octarine completed.
So surely he's target number 1, right? There's too much firepower coming out of this mage.
There's his head spinning. There's just too many heroes. Any of them would be a good choice, though. That's the good news. If there are 3 really good choices,
He gets 1 Doom off, you could say it's a good Doom.
yeah, it's like, you did it, man. Job complete.
You got past the wall of Lincoln.
Take your hand off the keyboard as mid one. Now going to push out this top area. Doesn't opt to save for that buyback. Instead, electing to finish up that Shiva's card. I think this is the right choice. You're so far behind. What does buyback really matter at this
Radiant's
point?
top barracks are under attack.
You're going to need to win a lot of team fights here.
Oh, the Treant army.
Radiant's top
Control.
barracks has fallen.
Easily taking that range tracks. And again, Liquid going back to this method of split pushing.
Radiant's middle
Secret.
tower is under
They're
attack.
going to force you into committing for a fight. Where's it going to be, though? Maybe it's around this last rags. You can send one area of defense. They're all under this ward right now. Secret not even bothering them with sentries outside.
Remember that conversation? It was Swindles on the Star Ladder panel. Just said there's a lot of trash in the game, referring to just like treants and
Yeah.
in this case, Forge Spirit. There's so many things in the way for a Secret that are just pushing into their base. They have to clear through all this stuff before they can even think about initiating on the team Liquid in the background.
That's a fitting commentary, considering garbage man. As the gem is now
That's where he
completed.
came up with this strategy.
Mid one gonna shove out this mid area, and I
Radiant
guess
are scanning.
if you're this far behind, you can just start to defend only one area and centralize everything.
That's another Chinese proverb, right? In Dota, once you've lost 2 lanes of racks, The game becomes easier because you only have one lane to focus on.
Yeah. Did Jack tell you that?
Yeah.
That sounds like a good one. Is Liquid? They've got the high ground area. Doom has been expended. It's an illusion. They waited so long just for that, and Matoma Man gonna preemptively pop
Alright,
his shield.
is there some way that Secret actually wins this fight with a wasted Doom? No, they're gonna have to retreat here with a Global Silence pop right on top of a Shrine 2. That would be suicide to rush into that fight.
So there was a wrong target.
There was a wrong target.
We didn't
indeed.
anticipate that one. He was trying to play decisively. He's like, this is our moment. Who cares? It's the first person that instantly.
Instant regret there
Oh,
for Yapsor.
that's rough. And
Man,
now
we were
Liquid.
praising him for not getting. He's like, he hasn't lost a Doom to a Lincoln's yet. Happens to be an illusion too.
It's the same thing
Yeah.
as Secret.
Oh, Miracle. He's going for the assassination on Puppy again.
This ward has done way too much.
Or the Rex, actually.
This ward has done way too much
Yeah.
for Liquid. And normally it gets dewarded pretty early on, but I think Secret, they're just
Radiant's
under the gun,
bottom
feeling the
barracks are
pressure
under
right now. Too many things for them to have to worry about as that bottom.
Just giving this one up.
Radiant's
You might as well.
structures
Yeah.
are fortified.
They're gonna pop Glyph, but no one's near it.
It's die.
The melee rack starting to get pretty low, but Ember Spirit making an effort to clean it up as mid lane. This is where the real fight is.
Some big blood does get up by the Reaper side. Oh, jeez, he's so tanky. That was actually so little damage, but Tom Man's completely out of him at too. They managed to burn him out, but Miracle still gets the objective. Every little silver lining for Secret is surrounding very dark, dark cloud.
In a way, this makes the game, like you said, easier for Secret. It was just stuff that they didn't want to have to worry about. Now, well, now you don't have to worry about it. Focus all your attention on this mid racks and defending it. The side lanes are done already. Who cares about that? That's a foregone conclusion. It's
got
time to
plenty
think
of-
about the future.
You've got plenty of huts and shrines in the way to deal with the side lane pushes.
Exactly.
Focus on mid and focus on this Roshan fight, right? This is the opportunity for Secret.
The jump's gonna matter as Doom doesn't have Doom quite yet, but he's gonna start running at Kuroki, trying to force something out.
Hoping to be able to force a global silence or something, but it is on cooldown.
Look at the back line though. Miracle coming from behind.
Look out behind you, Miracle. The assassin is coming. It looks like they're going to be able to catch GH. Will be manage to bring him down, so it's a 4 versus 5 now, but Secret are trying to retreat back to their mid lane. Miracle is unable to stop any of that. Pops a refresher though, and he's going to try and catch these heroes with AoE deafening blast. He's hoping to be able to take on this fight 1 versus 2, but gets caught by the Doom. He pops the BKB beforehand, so that'll help him out a little bit. And it looks like Secret are not okay with chasing him down. They don't feel comfortable with it, especially with the rest of the team Liquid being gone for so long. A starts backing himself away. Looks like we will manage to get our Doom out of there, so Yapsar makes a clean retreat. But their tier 3 did take some damage, and all they got out of it was
Yeah, and another Doom had to be expended for that, but with the BKB down on the side of Miracle, if he was able to do that half a second earlier, then maybe they just defuse or chase him down. But Miracle gonna go for it as Ace, out of mana, try to go for the attempt, unable to connect.
Dude, Ace is always out of it every single time I look at him. Miracle! He does have BKB. Thought maybe it would be on cooldown.
Yeah, with the Octarine Core, it's almost fully off. Has 40 seconds for refresher. That's how long cooldown is as Mind Control is continuing to shove out the lanes with his ultimate.
I bet it's about the same. Oh, jeez.
I think he should just go for his own refresher, or
Yeah. He needs the double.
like as unfortunate as it is, pretty much the entire game comes down to can Yapsor Doom 2 people and get rid of their networks. It's unfair to put all that pressure on him, but it's the only way that I can see them reasonably making a comeback as. Credit to Secret, they have kept it somewhat close. The overward hasn't increased by that much, only 16k despite losing 2 sides.
Yeah, so get out of here. It's back to base. Okay, so now they don't even have Roshan to worry about. Now it's even simpler. It's just sitting in your base waiting for Liquid to come at you.
In a way, it does kind of free up your mind though. That bottom lane, Liquid isn't really focusing on that anymore. It's this mid area. As long as Secret can make this last hold.
And now you don't have to worry about going outside the base either to contest Roshan.
Any sort of initiation?
Yeah,
Absorb. Pops the pipe, and with an Aegis available, it makes his job even more complicated. But this Phantom Lancer is really strong. He's quite slotted, as is the Emperor.
But part of the problem I see is that, like, it's got manage. Manage is still really important for this Phantom Lancer.
Mana is important for everyone.
All right, just force that back down.
No one is really willing to commit right now. Liquid don't want to throw this lead away, and Secret don't want to leave their base.
First Spirit jumps forward with the run. What's he doing? He's going to be caught by the Reaper's Scythe. Down. Can he get out of this one with a Sunstrike? And AoE deafening blast as well. They're going to be able to
Yapsor's
bring him
hexed up.
down. I'm not sure. Mid-1, he's dead. And so is Yapsor. I don't know what that initiation was from Secret, but they seemed ill-prepared for Mid-1's YOLO-ness. And now Secret's going to be forced into a 3 versus 5 underneath their own shrine. So at least they've got that going for them.
Pressure
But
on.
unfortunately, our Phantom Lancer isn't able to do a whole lot. He's been stuck inside this route. Now finally managed to get out, but every single run he goes on just turns out to be a bad one. Mind Control now turns against him with a Bloodthorn, and he's getting a lot of damage onto him. Another Doppelganger, and he goes back to the fountain. He's going to start dropping, and Liquid are going to be able to take Mega Creeps off of this win.
And I'm not sure what Secret is meant to do to defend against this. There's so many things hitting at their building.
Creeps are everywhere. Venomancer's caught inside the Sprout again. Outbidding that a Sunstrike brings him down. Ace may have the HP, may have the mana. He's even surviving against all 5 members, but the throne will not, and that is why Secret we call GG on game.
It did feel like Ace never died. Also didn't do enough damage. They just ignored him, killed everyone else around him, and Liquid.
I feel
Very
like
nice
that's
effort.
the story of Phantom Lancers most of the time. Right now, it seems like a hero that just doesn't do enough.
GG is called. A Secret. Have to try again shortly.
All right, shortly indeed. We're going to have a quick break with commercials. Hello, you guys love those things, and we'll be back with our panel and heading into game number 2.
30 seconds to battle. The battle begins.
Time is money.
Dire's courier has been killed. Radiant's courier has been killed.
First blood, first feast. Fist stings, gold remains. Glad you're on our side, Jakiro.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Coin for me. What's the opposite of regicide? I won't give up. Who's the number one now?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Double damage.
Bloodseeker, your work is messy, but necessary.
Arms for the dead.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
What have we here? 'Tis mine.
Radiant structures are fortified. middle tower is under attack.
To my heart.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Bountiful.
This should make my life easier.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Gold for me. The wages of fear.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Thanks.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Invisibility.
Something in your eye?
Gold.
Team Secret's turn to pick.
That Secret chose to favor last game. But Secret or Liquid will take this exact opening away. And
That does, of course, mean that Secret can now then think how to play around that early in the draft.
yeah, the difference is, if you remember in the last draft, I was talking about how when you pick Veno Chen, it's very defined, like you're 5-manning.
Yep.
Fury on Chen is very different. It's you double down on early pressure, but then Fury can
5
also split
seconds
push, so you can
remaining.
have this like multi-lane pressure way easier. Both heroes have good wave clear. It's something people don't think about too much with Chen, but it's one of the best wave clearing supports because you can just send your creeps there and it's a zero commitment play. You can always port them to your hero if you need them.
Turn to battle.
Hold the horn
Okay.
of Magnus.
Magnus.
So you always want to anti-pusher, especially with this opener. Most teams would turn to Shaker,
Team
but
Secrets,
they're
turn to
thinking
ban.
even later term with the Empower. So, I mean, Liquid still definitely have the edge in the early game and in the push in the first T1s and the T2s, but breaking high ground is going to be extremely, extremely difficult, kind of reminiscing of the Secret EG series where we saw the same
10
similar sort of
seconds
Magnus
remaining.
versus a Death Prophet push.
I
5
don't like this
seconds
Magnus pick,
remaining.
I'll be honest. I feel like it's very telling, and it's a hero that's susceptible to getting run over.
Turn to
If the hero
battle.
has a bad laning stage, it needs comeback time. You remember the game with Secret versus
Turn to
EG, where
ban.
EG won all the lanes. If they had Liquid's mid-game composure and execution, Secret would have also lost that game, I think. So it's looking like a similar game to that. And I'm just worried for Secret already that with this opening, they need some heroes that can make moves now. And that's why Liquid have already banned
10
the Ember Spirit that
seconds
I
remaining.
think Secret would have liked. They choose to ban the Brood as well. That could have messed with their push
5
timing.
seconds remaining.
We need to see something good out of Secret in this second phase. I think they have a little bit of catching up to do in my mind.
Well, one of the things, too, in that game is that they ran a 3-position Magnus. I think they can easily run a 2-position Magnus and be a lot
Do they play that?
faster.
Who would play it? Then Fata plays it mid? I don't think you put
Mid
that
one.
hero in mid one. That's not a mid one hero. Is it? I always thought of mid one as like a flashy carry player. That's why he likes the heroes that have like these
Liquids
dodging
turn
abilities
to
like
pick.
Ember,
Yeah,
like
not
Storm
in
Spirit,
his hero
PL.
pool recently, anyway.
That's
may have
that's
played
why I'm saying
back
this
in
is
the
very
day.
telling, because I feel like on Secret's team there's one player for this hero. Even if the other two players can play it
Team
mechanically, it
Secrets
doesn't
turn
fit
to
their
pick.
like team identity. Or Spirit grab from Liquid. GH gets to play his 5th best hero. I might be bumped up a little bit.
no.
I think his Earth Spirit has actually been super impressive.
Yeah, it has been very
He
good.
practiced it a lot after TI to expand his hero pool, similar to how
10
Liquid or
seconds
Secret got the
remaining.
IO into their arsenal. GH's Earth Spirit is already approaching
5 seconds
potential top
remaining.
3 status soon. He's been looking really good on it.
High praise.
Which one would you knock out, though?
How do you mean?
Oh, top 3 Earth Spirit, period. I
Yeah.
thought you meant top 3 of his...
No, not of his heroes. No, I don't
Okay,
think so.
okay.
His IO and Caudle are arguably the best in the world. Those 2 picks already. So, and his Shaker.
Yeah, I was going to say
Shaker.
it's pretty good.
Well, you know, do you go from
And
there?
the Nightstalker's been pretty good.
it has. I think his Rubik's better than his Night Stalker, though. But, okay. Bloodseeker was removed finally from Secret. Now they're digging into the reserve time here. I think you have to pick Puppy's hero. And this is where a lot of teams have fallen into the trap against Liquid of getting something like the Winter Wyvern, which theoretically would be good because you have like wave clear, you can kill out the Treants, you can kill out the Chen. But this hero is actually just flat out awful in my mind against Chen in the first 7 minutes, which is when Chen wants to dominate. You have very few options of controlling the creeps. You're very susceptible to being dove. You have one spell that has super long cooldown, the 50-second cooldown on Arctic Burn. And if you don't get great value out of that, Chen will punish you for the
Team
following
Liquid's
minutes.
Turn to pick.
I don't care though.
It is really good versus the summons and the push.
It is. It is good against the summons.
And it's really good at high ground defense.
Yes.
I think that's really what they're banking on this game.
But I don't like that as your approach to winning the game. I think it's a strategy that
10
sometimes
seconds
wins, that you like turtle, but picking like this and being like, we can hold high ground forever,
5 seconds
that's like
remaining.
a thing that worked 2 years ago. If you hold your high ground forever, you get mega outfarmed. Kasim's got way better at playing the map. And this is a very defensive approach from Team Secret, the way I see it. And I just hope for Secret that they don't end up with another of these games where Puppy's on a Night Stalker that has nobody to play with. Like, that's just, it
I
feels
can see
awful.
that happening, though.
Looks really possible here.
They're
that
going
the Night
to
Stalker
pick
will just
AM, and then they're going to have heroes that can't play with the Night Stalker.
Don't pick AM. Don't pick AM.
I could see it happening, though.
Yeah.
It could. I think they have to get a more active hero with this Magnus as their carry. Something like Phantom Assassin or something. I mean, it's not a great PA game, but just that idea. That's the type of hero you
There's
get.
not that many left though. A lot of them are banned out. Monkey King's banned out. Bloodseeker's banned out.
Yeah.
Ember's been banned out. Juggernaut is like so-so, I would say. Dang, going back for the gyro.
Wow.
Gyrocopter.
Wow. Yeah. I said yesterday, why do we not see gyro very much? Do you want to elaborate?
I think the hero has some really bad core
10
matchups.
seconds
For
remaining.
example, Monkey King I consider a really bad matchup, but that one's already banned, so that helps.
5
The
seconds
hero
remaining.
is used to be really strong because of the strength of the first spell, the
Liquid's
Rocket
turn
Barrage
to
and the low
bat.
levels, but
Phantom
it's
Assassin.
weak on level 1. It's okay on level 2, and then it gets better. And there's the PA pick, actually, from Secret, so they will go for it. It fits very well into 5-man strats. I think you want to play this hero with a group of heroes that want to bunch up and just push the high ground, so you can use Flat Cannon to deal damage to the backline.
10
It's bad at
seconds
skirmishing.
remaining.
It's bad at killing Roche. It's only really good at farming stacks and team
5
fighting.
seconds
So,
remaining.
but look at Liquid's lineup. What do they want to do? They want to team fight. So
Okay.
more than likely, that's
Why
the plan.
that over something like the Luna though? Don't you prefer Luna?
You have
generally?
Miracle in your team. Miracle's like, give me Gyro.
Okay.
And then Kuro's just like, yeah, great. That's one of the remaining 15 heroes you haven't played this season, Miracle. So we'll give you that on this game.
Edging ever closer to the 100.
Miracle's played so many
Team
different heroes this patch
Secret's
now.
turn to
Not
ban.
as many as
Very
Fear yet, though.
Really?
Yeah, he's still got to catch up.
That's true. Fear's playing support now, so he has a little bit of an advantage
Yeah.
there, I guess.
That'll happen to Miracle one day. He'll slip down the order.
So now last pick is with Liquid, and it will be Miracle's hero. I don't have that
10
good of an idea what
seconds
type of
remaining.
hero they want last when they're playing this gyro strat, because it's so different from what they've usually run.
5 seconds
It depends on
remaining.
how early they think they can end the game. I think if you can end the game early, just pick Death Prophet, go high ground,
Yeah.
easy, or Pugna.
I could
and
see
just
DP being good here.
easy.
Of his top 10 that aren't banned or already picked right now, he's got Terrorblade, Sven, and Klinks.
They won't pick any of those.
And they're not going to pick any of them.
Almost guaranteed. Oh, did we say Miracle? I think it's Matumba
Yeah.
hero they need, actually. I don't think Matumba will play the gyro.
You don't?
Really?
No, I think it's going to go in Miracle, actually.
Hmm.
I have a feeling that they want to do that, because this is not...
Secret's turn to
This is an old Matumba hero, but that's not how Liquid play anymore.
Yeah, no, that's true.
This is the centerpiece of the strategy,
Yeah.
the true one, and they mostly put
Mhm.
that on Miracle in their games. So,
Okay.
interesting.
Secret obviously need a blue hero.
Necro is still in the pool, right?
10
This could be
seconds
a Necro game.
remaining.
It's a very good hero against PA. She has to go Diffusal if there's a Necro on the field.
5
And I wanted to
seconds
mention when it comes to
remaining.
Wyvern, you know, we talk a lot about Splinter Blast and its ability to depush. Obviously, the
Team
Winter's Curse is a
Liquid's
great spell
turn
against
to
summons
pick.
and stuff, but Gyrocopter is the type of hero that doesn't actually deal that much damage in
Ah.
Winter's Curse, because it's a split push, or a
Ah.
split damage carry, rather.
That's not a blue
So
hero.
not that great against it. Nope.
Where has that hero been?
I thought that wasn't even in captain's mode.
I like
Been
this.
that long.
I like this pick.
You do?
From Secret.
10
I like it, yeah.
seconds
Why?
remaining.
Because they want some sort of a frontliner that can run at Liquid and not just get blown up in
5
these fights. So it
seconds
can like
remaining.
create the space for the other heroes to get something done. It's very quick at coming online, especially with Empower. So now they have like that run at you hero that I wanted to see from mid one this
True.
game. Not sure if he's going to be playing it. It might be Ace and mid one on PA. Mid one's PA is very good. So the thing is now Liquid obviously has the last pick. I feel like Necrophos has got to be super tempting. He's a great hero against the Bristleback. Playing for the 5-man strat here. Certainly an option. I wonder what they're considering in its stead. Timbersaw, another Matumba Man hero. It's pretty good this game.
Banned out.
Oh, it's banned?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, they banned it themselves, actually. Interesting.
Wishing they hadn't.
I didn't see Liquid's last ban. And Secret banned the Viper. I guess they just didn't. Again, they're identifying this as a 5-man push, so we're going to let that go. I still just really like Necro. That's still my best suggestion. Let's see what they go for. 3 seconds left. Dragon.
Dragon Knight.
You may
It's
now
another 5-man
select
group up
your
here.
heroes.
So I guess
I
it
think
is a
we can take
Matumba Man Gyro. That's a blast from the past. I feel like I haven't seen that forever. I don't think Matumba plays the Dragon Knight. It's got to be Miracle.
You would think.
I would be very curious to hear why they don't think Necro is good here. They might feel like they need some sort of catch just to set up their Earth Spirits. Now some other hero can start the fight and frontline for them.
Might be as simple as they just want someone with a lot of armor.
Yeah.
I think like Ghost Shroud is unreliable, I would say, versus Winter's Curse and RP. I think you just want like more inherent tankiness.
I could see that.
Okay, very
stable.
quickly. Who's had best draft? Who's winning game number 2?
I like how Secret recovered, but I still think Team Liquid will take over the map too fast. So I'm with Liquid again.
Yeah, it's really hard
Again.
to...
I liked Secret last game, but this time I think Liquid will win again.
Ah,
let's put it
okay,
that way.
there's a difference.
Yeah.
Ben?
I find it really hard to go against Mind Control's Nature's Prophet, but I will go with Team Secret this game. I think they have more early game this game, and it's not going to go as poorly in the first 15 minutes.
All right, well, let's find out as we're about to get into our second game. Reminder for you at home and for you in the arena. Win this, and Team Liquid are through to the grand final. Secret are on their last life here at the ESL 1 Hamburg Major. Let's find out how they get on in Game 2.
Warriors of the wood.
Professional teams follow the meta,
Prepare
but the best
for battle.
teams define the meta, and this is certainly something that Team Liquid and Secret are giving us some newer definitions to the meta for sure. Gyrocopter being picked up by Team Liquid, a hero that has been long forsaken, and perhaps even longer forsaken would be our Bristleback from Team Secret. Blitz, what do you make of this lineup between the two teams?
I'm not really certain what they saw that made this Bristle so good. I think they needed something that could clear and just stand in front and wouldn't easily go down, because Liquid, of course, their damage comes in short little bursts. Bristleback thrives against lineups like that. At the same time, I'm even more confused about the Gyrocopter. I guess it's their option against this.
Well, we're going to find an early first blood, apparently. Team Secret go for the 5-man smoke, wrap around the Roshan pit into the off-lane area. They're going to be able to find Kuro. Chen is going to be our first blood. They're actually just going to keep on running, and Liquid we're going to be forced away from this bounty rune area. May still have an engagement of some sorts, though. Treants are leading the way. You could already have our Earth Spirit, who's setting up to steal the enemy bounty rune. This is a mean body blocks happening right now to Puppy. He just can't get around these damn Treants until he's finally is away.
And GH can make the move in, unable to get it though, and that bottom rune is going to get claimed. So rune-wise, they go 2 and 2, but the most important thing, of course, is that first blood. Plus, they got that ward down. Although Liquid instantly dewarded it, going to try to enable Kuro's Chen as much as possible. Is GH just getting battled out right now by Puppy, and it's mid one playing this Bristle. Not a bad matchup at all for him.
Mid one Bristleback versus the Miracle Dragon Knight. I already see our support standing up against each other. They actually have a Furion safe lane here, as they're going to be going aggro tri lane with the Gyrocopter, or I suppose aggro dual lane. We've got a Chen and Embers and an Earth Spirit. This is sort of what we were seeing a lot at Starladder, a lot of 4 positions who are spending a lot of time roaming. Here Liquid just getting themselves some pretty self-sufficient cores and allowing their supports to be able to rotate freely.
And just an awkward lane configuration for Secret, as they have to do this weird dual lane aggro against the Nature's Prophet, who doesn't really care too much, as he's just going to set upon them with his Treants, and up at top, Matama Man also.
They just want to dodge,
easy time.
Right? The PA versus the Gyrocopter. They don't want to have that matchup.
I guess not. It is a really annoying one to play against, as Matama Man is going to get free farm up here, and already Liquid off to a very hot start as Kuro, a little bit deceptive with his last hits, is at the top of the scoreboard, but just as easily could have gotten them from skeletons and the like.
And he'll be making his first rotation now that he's about level 2, heads over to the jungle. GH is currently contesting Puppy here with a mind control here as well. They might be able to get some really good body blocks and bring him down. The Centaur closes the distance, is able to get the stun. Matama Man helps him out, and again, it seems like Secret are going to be suffering to the early mind control Furion. Can't believe they let that one go.
Yeah, and that is by far one of the better rotations that I've seen with an NP. He sees the opportunity, says, okay, kills are what matter here. We can pressure this tower at the same time. As Spada trying to drag the creep wave away, and this is a very smart move from us. He recognizes that his tower is under trouble.
Oh, the roll forward. GH
haste,
is going to be slow just enough that Fada is going to be the one who picks up that haste rune.
And there was a Centaur chasing him, so he wasn't willing to just TP out. A little bit of an awkward situation, but does help him out quite a bit, as now he's hasted up, right-clicking down these Treants. Mind control. Now up at top, and they have swapped the lanes out.
mid lane. 18-2 for mid one's Bristleback right now, but 19-1 for the Dragonite. So slightly ahead, not by a whole lot. That should be just a farming match between the two, right? Because Bristleback can't really put that much harassment on a Dragonite, who's naturally pretty armor and regen heavy. They're both going to pick up bottles, so it seems like unless we're going to have a heavy support rotation, it should be a pretty quiet mid lane.
Yeah, this DK is going to trade farm against pretty much anybody as Puppey forced to TP out already.
Well, that's a hero you don't have to worry about for another 15 seconds, so.
Nighttime though, almost about to come up, and that first rotation is really where I'm going to be watching Puppey, seeing what he can do, because during this time period, this Chen is just farming. Is GH going to get gone on instead? Plays down the kick.
Out. He has no roll away, so Ace will eventually slice and dice him down. 1-2 now, in favor of Team Secret, but I don't actually have the gold lead. Laning phase not going best for them so far. Now have that Gyro versus PA matchup. We'll see how long Secret sticks around for this.
Relatively surprising that even with the first blood, they are down in gold so early on, and that's going to come from this Chen, who just continues to farm during all of this. Is almost level 3.
You think that like Kuro just feels like it's not worth it to make these attempted rotations? His time is better spent farming at this point.
But where is he supposed to go right now? It's not easy for him to kill mid one. That bottom lane is really hard for him to rotate all the way down to. You might assume that Secret has wards.
Yeah.
That top lane is a Magnus. They were able to get a kill on Puppey, but...
Oof, they're going to go for Matumba Man here. No crit available as they're only level 4, so Matumba Man will get himself away with a TP. So they're showing at least that they can shove back at the Gyrocopter, especially if he's left unattended. They're just going to leave the Earth Spirit here, but Puppey is trying to hunt him down. Spot him out now. Doesn't have the silence, so GH gives a nice kick to Puppey, opening up the way for him to get the roll back to the tier 1 tower.
That was very smooth. Easy escape. Spots all 3 heroes down. This is the first rotation from the Night Stalker at night. And instead, they see it all the way coming, although GH gonna run into Puppey here, who does have mana, and it looks like he does want to battle.
But so is Matumba Man.
Yeah, and a lot of heroes running into each other right now. Puppey just flying over that ridge, and Kuro
Dire's
not
middle
likely to
tower
catch him.
is under attack.
The ensnare's
Dire's
just not going to be there.
structures are fortified.
That troll.
Yeah, first major rotation so far from this Chen, and a much more passive laning phase than we saw last game.
GH doesn't have a whole lot of mana to work with. Kuro goes ahead, covers his brother, and they should both be fine. But Secret, I mean, ultimately it's the loss of Secret. They're just not getting anything done with Night Stalker. That's what's good to me. Secret is going to be gone on here in the mid lane. Nice kick back there with a stun. They're going to be able to get some front face damage here on the mid one, bringing him quite low, but now he's going to start getting the quills out. That's why GH has to abandon going for that kill and leave Miracle to it. Do manage to pick up that one. Puppey immediately flies out of the sprout though. He's not going to be caught by that one, but maybe Apsor will. Already slowing him down. They do have another Satyr nuke coming in, and the last, oh no, an uphill miss. They're not going to be able to get Yapsor, it looks like. Puppey's going to get blocked out a little bit. Already used his flight, so he's going to get ensnared up, slowed down underneath the tier 1 tower here. A Satyr Blast is going to miss, but a roll-in will not. GH nails that kill, and Ace looks for the rebuttal, will manage to pick up a fast crit there onto GH, but still, it forced a rotation. Liquid won't be too sad about that, I'm sure.
Straight up executed. Really unfortunate though for Liquid, as the up roll saves Yapsor's life. Would have been well worth it for them, and probably still is. Kill on mid one, making things pretty even for them, although he still continues to farm at a very good pace. And the PA's first rotation is successful as Kuro just continues to farm, and it's actually a Miracle that has to stun out to run away.
So let's talk about Bristleback, a little bit reminder of how we play around Bristleback lineups. One big thing is really ancient stacks, right?
Yes.
What else is the, what are some of the other key features of Bristleback? What does it give you? What do you want to do with it?
You push out the lanes, and then eventually you try to defend all the towers that you can as GH in mid. A lot of TP coming in here. Mid one does have
he's going to be able to eat through that, but the Treants were there to body block him a little bit.
Radiant's bottom tower is
what you'd
under
like to
attack.
see is whenever there's a push,
yeah,
you just send the
Radiant
Bristle
structures
in.
are
And if they
fortified.
overcommit for him, then you TP. He kind of acts as a Tidehunter in that regard, where he's a big physical presence that they can't really move.
So if you're going to take an objective, you have to go through Bristle.
Yeah, and it's not an easy hero to burst down
Radiant's
with the heroes that
bottom
like
tower is
do
under
that.
attack.
Yeah. Secret. Freaking in again. See mid one gone on here. Another kickback. Mid-one's going to turn himself away, but it does mean he's running himself away from his allies. He will end up dying here. GH going to get caught. Needs a little bit more, though, and he can't actually go for it. The Winter Wyvern has to back away from Miracles. Dragon Knight looks to be able to catch the opposing dragon. Won't be able to do so as he flies over the trees. Something that Dragon Knight cannot.
Everyone's starting to get a little bit low here.
Yeah.
TP is going to be forced on the Nature's Prophet. He's going to connect Matumba Man up at top. And now it's Secret that holds the gold lead, even though Liquid got an extra kill during that time, and it's because of this bottom area.
Is under attack.
8-minute rune spawns, and it's a haste.
Radiant's
Picked up the
bottom
Dragon Knight.
tower is under attack.
Trading away tier 1 towers looks like in the top lane. Bristleback is going to do just what he suggested. Stand in front of these tower pushes. Mid-one's doing that, but he's definitely died a lot to Liquid early on. Whoa, Vada dropping low. Miracle's going to go for the kill, but they do manage to have a magic wand save. Vada maybe going to die to neutrals instead. Also feeling a little bit of burn damage and will end up dying. The Dragon Knight's poison is just enough. Miracle, the haste rune, continues to pressure that tier 1 tower, even at only 400 HP.
I was thinking it'd be so unlucky if one of the wolves crit him there.
Yeah.
And I think it would have actually been the best thing if he just dies to a wolf crit. Then you don't have to worry about whether or not you're going to die. You give the Dragon Knight the last hit, but instead, pick up for him. Still Secret doing okay. They have a core in this Phantom Assassin who just continues to farm away. Hasn't really been touched too much, and now she has the Mask of Madness. Can't go for these Ancients.
So, Ace in game 1, he was also pretty farmed. But this time around, he's a hero that comes online a little bit faster, right? You can feel the PA's impact in 20 minutes a lot better than the Phantom Lancers.
Oh, for sure. Because you can just run at people, and it's easier to farm the Ancient area with this hero too, so your power spike is going to come online a little bit faster. Liquid taking from...
Matumba Man. His smoke pops here on Ace. Ace is hiding in the trees, going to TP out. GH, his smoke also pops, but has no idea what's happening, so okay for that.
Not bothering there as the farming game continuing to favor Secret. When you have a lineup that features a Magnus and a melee 1 position, you're going to be really happy about that if the game just kind of slows down to a stall.
How much of a true carry is Bristleback, though? Do you think he stands toe-to-toe with Gyrocopter, who's also not the hardest carry in the world?
He'll do okay, until I imagine a Silver Edge finishes on Miracle.
Radiant's top tower
Seems like the kind of player that would go for one after the armlet.
Yeah, and it's a natural item for Dragon Knight to have anyway.
It's a flashy item too, which is why I said
Dyer's
that.
bottom tower
He likes
is
those
under
like
attack.
cool
kills.
Radiant's top tower
not
is
a
under
normal
attack.
guy. Doesn't want to go for like a blink dagger and play that open. He wants to deal damage, be that true 1 position like Cinder instead.
That means Matumba Man on the Gyrocopter is going to have to be more the space creator. But either way, this is very solidly a mid-game focused lineup for Team Liquid. It's not like Secret scales the whole lot either. PA and Bristleback, well known for their more mid-game centric.
Just continues to spam out. They really want to try to protect this mid tower, which is why we see mid one come in preemptively. And this is what we were talking about. Just send your Bristle in. He'll be the one that leads this defense.
But Liquid have already shown that they know how to be able to split Secret up and outpush them. And they are kind of doing that right now. They're pushing in top lane as well as bottom, while the Bristleback defense mid. And earlier when Bristleback went top, that was the time that Miracle got really aggressive on the Magnus, got that kill, and got a lot of damage on that tier 1 mid. Seems like wherever the Bristleback isn't, Liquid really trying to put a lot of pressure in the lane.
Yeah, so far so good. As mid one just continues to spam out. Doesn't seem to mind anything. He's just holding the tower's cap so that Ace can continue to farm with that Magnum power. And if you look at the
Trying to go for a
perspective
kill
now,
on the Fury.
it'd be a really nice one.
Mind controls, hidden away in the trees. Fada actually goes for the skewer, breaks down a lot of those trees, does reveal him now. There goes the dagger, catching up. They just need a crit out from Ace, and he's not going to be able to get in 4 hits, but still, he gets a 5th hit that does manage to claim the kill. Now in mid lane, Liquid are going for a long dive in, hoping to be able to catch the Winter Wyvern instead. Gonna have to turn around and go for the Bristleback. Bristleback's gonna take so much magic damage straight to the face off that cold embrace. If only he could have faced the opposite direction against the cliff, maybe he would have lived a bit longer. 6-4, Liquid take a big kill on the Bristleback and will take the mid tower as well.
Not minor damage at all. That's how the Gyrocopter does deal with the Bristleback. If you can get him front facing, you don't really care about the Wyvern heal because you can magic burst through it so quickly. You even drops the call down for it, and now it's mind control. So back in this top area, even gonna sprout Puppey, and I notice he does this a lot. Tries to be as annoying as possible to the supports. Gonna go for his Orchid once again.
It just challenges.
Yeah. I forgot that they had mind control, so he's gonna be going for the Silver Edge.
Mid one, stuck inside the trees, does have a missile heading his way. The double damage coming in from behind. They're going to be able to get the silence from Puppey, so that'll help things quite a bit, mitigating a lot of the damage. But Bristleback's just being kited around by Tarkov. He's already down to half HP, so he can't turn and fight Miracle with a DD, that's for sure. Liquid have taken over this top half of the map, ignoring Ace's pushes entirely, who just took a tier 2. And always pushing for that other side of the map. And they always seem to be getting the extra kill. They match the tower push and get a pick off on Secret every single time.
Yeah, still Ace. If you notice, he grabs a tier 2 of his own. Almost has that Deso completed if he wants it. But Tama Man not having as good of a time, not nearly having as good of a time. And this is largely dependent on Fada just drive by empowering him whenever he sees him. He's already got 3 levels in it, only 1 in his keyword. Even though he's more further away than you'd like from his Blink Dagger, it's okay. Because the game isn't dependent on him hitting RPs. Not nearly as much as him just empowering his melee to get ahead and farm Ancients, which is exactly what he's doing.
More dependent on the big crits.
Right, yeah.
He's trying to work, he's not going for the early BKB. He's actually got into so he also wants to go around hunting. Can actually... Obviously, Gyrocopter and Furion are pretty susceptible to the physical damage that PA is able to bring, but if he gets a Silver Edge, he could actually the Dragonite down.
Be a very easy kill on Miracle. He's going for an SNY, because he already has a teammate that can go for that Silver Edge eventually. Opts to instead build a little tankier.
You've also got Bloodthorn, which is going to be a break mechanic.
Yes.
As well. Do you think that was part of the reasons that kind of disappear for a little while? Stun does manage to snag the Magnus. And after the Skewer is gone out, they'll bring him down underneath his tier 1 tower. But Secret are looking to contest, or at least not let Liquid take this tier 1 tower. Mid-one looks to stand in front of it, but it's still Dragonite. He's going to be able to get a lot of chip damage. You're not able to put a real damage threat on the board here, and none of Secret, at least not these two anyway, Yapsor and Mid-one, they don't represent a whole lot of damage.
Yeah, they're just going to watch this happen. Some time wasted, although it does require Liquid to commit a lot of their cores for this, as the Tama Man going to fire off his ulti in that vicinity, is going to whip.
Looks like Liquid will give up on this push now that they've taken that tier 1.
They're just going to reset things again. Wait things out. Doesn't look like they're in too much of a rush now, as without the dragon form, I think they're a little bit more reluctant to go for these 4-mans. And just taking a look at the gold breakdown for both the mid heroes. And if you look at it, Miracle hasn't hit any of the neutrals, just barely. Only 225 of his gold coming from that area, and that's because he's just been focusing on pushing.
Yeah, that's what a Dragonite does, right? Always pushing in lanes, always threatening towers. Every single time you've got that ultimate up, try and get some chip damage, or you take one of those tier 1s, and as a result, all the tier 1s are gone. In Secret, they may have this big farmer in Ace, but he's not actually above the Dragonite, simply because of the tower bounty that we've acquired for Liquid. They are still staying one step ahead of Secret, which is why Secret really needs to make a big play here. They're going to go for the 4-man smoke behind mid-1 into the Roshan pit.
And this is a curious move. I don't know if this is the play.
There. Oh, no.
Just playing patrol.
Oh, here comes another one.
And now Secret, they're in a weird position because they smoked for this and they really wanted to go for the Roshan if they could. But instead they can't, and Miracle not the target that they want to run into here, as Secret making their way forward. Ace is front.
Oh, they're going to try and force this anyway. Trying to go into Miracle. This is going to be tough. A little chip damage onto him. Ace just baiting him around with a dagger.
Mind control snipe the courier, by the way. Instantly keep these back. The tower is going to go down.
Classic mind control.
He has killed a lot of couriers in this series already. I think that's his 3rd one.
Yeah. Maybe chasing him down. Nobody's going to stop the missile, so they're going to be able to get a lot of damage here. Follow follow-up stuff for Miracle is going to be there as well. So they're going to control mid one for a lot of time, but they do have the Cold Embrace from the Winter Wyvern. He's still got his ultimate as well, so Liquid are making sure not to group up too much. Ace is going to go for the kill on him. Matumbaman taking a lot of magic damage, will manage to bring him down with health gain power, and Miracle's just getting kited around constantly. He doesn't have any help from his allies. They've completely abandoned him. Mind Control really couldn't do much as a Furion, but he actually gets a little bit too close. Gonna be silenced up. Beautiful block with the Sprout there. That's gonna make double trees to get through, but they still manage to catch him. Second teleport is not gonna be enough to make it out of here, and Mind Control does go down. They get all 3 cores out of that for Secret, and they're gonna be able to get the Roshan off of this. They were in an awkward position not moments ago, and now they're in the superior place.
They wanted to be able to defend their Ancients, but mid one, it doesn't cost them anything to clear those off. Really tanky, just trims his body away, and like you said, I don't think they had to even commit the RP for that note. Bottom still has it up, and they are going to lay down the call down, but this gyrocopter continues to get behind. This is the benefit of having this Magnus. Is GH going to get run at too? He does have a decent amount of farm. All things considered.
He's going for the extra kill. Matumbaman brings him up the cliff. It's Secret will feast on a gyrocopter kill. 30 seconds down right after the Roshan pickoff. Matumbaman just playing a bit too greedy, not expecting that vision to be there.
Yeah, Ace is starting to get really farmed now.
Yeah, he's getting big.
And it doesn't seem like he's slowing down whatsoever. Teamfight isn't quite there for Liquid either. In the last game, at least, they had such a position usually that it didn't matter how they took the fights.
Yep.
But this time around, I don't think they have the same advantages. They don't have the gold lead from the laning phase to be able to play like this.
The PA, I would say, like, hasn't even hit her peak. I feel like that happens once you invest in BKB, which is why we oftentimes see PAs try and wait to pick up that BKB as long as possible. Ace is doing the same thing here, completing that build we were talking about earlier. Silver Edge, GH, roll away, TP out, should be good. His puppy is not going to be able to get there in time with the Void Stopper.
And we talk about how he hasn't hit his peak. He's got 4,000 gold saved up. Hasn't had to quite use it yet.
So Miracle, yeah, he said Blink Dagger, right?
Yeah, now he's going to go for it. They need another form of initiation, but if Miracle's the only damage dealer, I fear that he's just going to get RP'd in every fight. And that's that.
So we go back to Matumbaman.
It's not easy though. It's at the top. Look at this. They're 4-man around him.
They managed to get, I guess, bottom lane was really well pushed in, and Secret did not have to show a whole lot of heroes. They just all line up, 4 of them at the top lane.
This time around, they've got some aggressive vision down. Feel comfortable making these plays as Liquid. They've got 2 on the side of Secret, but it didn't help them there. This Matumbaman, Mask of Madness is an item I felt like I saw PA have
A long time.
More than that, like 12 minutes ago. Look at the net worth difference. He's got more than double.
Radiant's top tower is under
Earlier when we were looking at this difference, it was okay with the Dragon.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
This one hurts. This one hurts if you're Liquid.
That one is really, really one-sided as we see the distribution there. The PA, the ancient stacks, they start to add up.
Under attack.
They certainly do. And Secret, they are not scared of fighting Liquid. Remember, they were really terrified of fighting Liquid around this time in game number 1, but change of strategy for game 2. Secret having a lot of front-lining heroes with the Bristle back. The Phantom Assassin is able to go in. Now that we've got her 8 to 10, 5,000 gold lead and growing as they start taking more map control, knocking down towers.
Radiant are scanning.
And I think it all comes down to that one fight that they took around their ancient area. There was some stacks there available, and I think that was meant to be Matumbaman's comeback stack.
Yeah.
Like his, okay guys, I spent a lot of time pushing with you. Let me just farm the, oh, mid one took them all. And we lost every hero. And we gave up Roshan, I guess that's that.
And then we lost mid one again, or excuse me, Matumbaman again.
Yes, he died right after that.
So you really couldn't have a worse series of events for Liquid.
Yeah, normally when you get this far behind, you have some sort of comeback mechanic.
Yep.
Like you focus a lot into the laning phase, and you have some sort of stun or ability that's going to drive you back to the game. This time around, they don't have that. The laning phase didn't go well. I'm not even sure they win in the ultra late game with the type of heroes that they have.
Yeah.
An RP is worth more than all of Liquid's spells.
Yeah, Furion split pushing. Like, you still have to win. Look at this. Oh, yes. Nothing feels better than seeing a PA just bring an annoying split pusher down.
Sliced and diced. They can't do anything about that. I think this might actually be a high ground attempt.
Yeah, why not? We're gonna see that again in slow motion.
1, 2.
Radiant's
800
middle
damage
tower
credit.
has fallen.
You get the Medallion of Courage debuff plus the Dessa. Look good. Yeah, Secret just goes straight for the high ground. They're going to start banging on this tier 3. They've got an Aegis in hand for 30 seconds still. But I don't know if they want him to die underneath the tier 3. I'm not sure if they just suicide this one. It seems a little risky, so. Secret do back up.
Liquid's line up right now, like a lot of everything. They've got some creeps, and they're nice, but where's the damage going to come from? It can't only come from Miracle. Now, high ground itself begins. Big one. And
Even Miracle's looking like pretty squishy. The goo being thrown on him. It's going to be gone on here. They're trying to time this. With the Aegis going down, but Fada's actually going to get jumped on. 1 second down, and Ace is now exposed. But a great Winter's Curse going on the Gyrocopter. They bring down that big damage dealer, and Ace is able to get himself far enough away from the Dragonite. Dragonite turns and goes for Yaptor instead, hoping to be able to finish off at least support kills here, and will manage to get one of them, but is getting kited around so heavily by Secret that he doesn't feel comfortable pursuing. So Secret are going to be able to get away with 4 members here, unless the TP cut off. They do have Miracle TPing in. They do manage to get a stun from GH. Follow up here from Mind Control, controlling up the Bristleback, but that's actually blocking out Miracle. So he's got to jump over the trees with the Blink Decker. 4-step forward, that was actually put on a Miracle instead of the Bristleback by Fada on accident. So he has to secure himself away here. So they do get the extra kill, a Bristleback, a core kill for Liquid as they defend and time that push perfectly. They push out against Secret and fight right as the Aegis expire.
Yeah, and a lot of that is on GH. He saw the opportunity. He told his team, guys, there's no better moment if we wait any longer. This Phantom Assassin, she's just going to regen up and they might go for it again anyways. So uses that time to roll on to the Phantom Assassin, who is at half health, and Miracle now has to run away. Armor is broken. Ace looking for it at the top at the same time. Puppy might just go down.
It's got the phase boots, but she can't outrun the homing missile.
And 400 gold
for a support. Ooh. That goes to show how far ahead Secret is right now. 7,000 gold lead. You even saw Miracle in big trouble earlier as he got broke by the Silver Edge pickup from our Phantom Assassin. So he can't go for that like solo split push anymore. He already got punished from ganks from Secret earlier, but now Ace alone could kill him.
Good news though for Liquid is that Secret, I mean, still melee cores. You have the opportunity to potentially catch them. It's not easy. At this phase of the game, every little attempt costs you more and more. Radiance almost completed on this Bristleback. We haven't even talked about mid one becoming a scary core himself.
He's been building up this Radiance for a little while. His death earlier did stall that one up a bit, but he already has the relic. At this point, the recipe is just inevitable.
Soon to follow.
All right, lines drawn on the map. Liquid are gonna go for it. Hoping to be able to catch Secret, but Secret also gonna go for the smoke. And mid one puts himself on the front lines here, popping the smoke from Liquid. Miracle might just have to blink himself away.
And that was a big smoke from Team Liquid. As
Liquid gonna stick around here?
I'm not sure about this. They did pop the Dragon Form for this though.
Yeah.
And without it up, I think Secret might want to take a fight.
Yeah, who cares if your smoke doesn't actually find a pick off? If Dragon Forms down from the Dragonite, he's pretty much a neutered hero.
And Ace pressing forward now onto the BKB. Smart choices. Nothing passes through that BKB.
Yeah, man. Secret actually gonna back off, and I agree with this, right? You've got Radiance coming in, you've got BKB coming in. Like, what's the point in taking a risk and taking a fight when you've got such a huge power spike ahead of you? Just maybe 1 minute?
Yeah.
1 minute of farming, that's really all it takes.
You can wait for the next Roshan too.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. We are getting a little bit into Roshan.
Even if Liquid knows about it, they don't have this hero like Bat Rider that's instantly going to scoop somebody up and make things difficult.
Yeah.
43 seconds for Roshan.
Their best contest is like GH rolling in, which is full commitment, and then there's Gyrocopter's ultimate. Those are like the 2 big Roshan abilities. That's not a lot.
And Ace just going to clear up some of these treants, farm the jungle. It looks like a Bloodthorn is going to be the first item for Nature's Prophet. Good against both the PA and the Bristleback. A lot less good against the PA once she has her BKB completed though. Don't care too much. They really need their Gyrocopter to do more. Or have more.
More what, Blitz?
Just more. Just everything. He needs more farm.
Needs to do more damage, needs to be tankier.
Everything is lacking right now. They haven't been able to support this gyrocopter very much. And now Secret. They know that Roshan is likely up. Liquid know it is, for sure, as the Radiance is completed.
Trying to get a blink on Jeeves. Easier time initiating alongside Miracle. Vada though, he is still the be-all, end-all of initiations. The Shadow Blade's gonna help him out, get into that right position.
It becomes really easy to play Magnus in games where you just have two melee cores that run in and create chaos. Because it creates one of two opportunities. Either Liquid will hold their ground and Vada will just get an easy RP, or they'll run away and he doesn't have to do anything. But when you have people that can just run in for you and pretty much reveal where everyone on Liquid is.
The successful scan. What is Secret gonna do with this? They're gonna try and wrap up here. Puppy tries to spot some of these heroes.
Maybe he can get
They start getting onto the high ground. Kuro, who's trapped by his own creeps, get it out of there, but Ace is able to get the kill first. They manage to get the Centaur stun, follow that up with another one, and Ace is going to be stalled up for quite some time. GH gets the roll in, but it's not going to result in a whole lot. Just a minor amount of damage over time that Secret will shrug off as they go for the Roshan kill. Or maybe go for the Miracle kill. He's going to blink himself away into the mid lane. No blink up for 7 seconds. Mid one can catch him here. Vada thinking about going for the RP. Is he actually going to use it here? He's hoping to be able to hold off, and I don't think he needs it whatsoever. 4 members surrounding Miracle. He's going to get brought down. All the armor in the world will not keep him alive. Ace is just chilling out solo against Roshan. Mind control. He's desperately trying to go for the split push right now to create space off of those deaths.
Yeah, they understand that they can't take these fights anymore. It's way too hard for them. But I don't know how much the split gives them. They can just power either the Bristleback or the PA, set them up. There's going to be a cheese now on this Bristleback. It makes it even harder for them to contend with.
We've seen the man slow down. Has no BKB using the TP, so he can't get out. And Chen's going to die in the mid lane.
So my man goes down at the same time. And without half their team here,
they're so far ahead, they're like, yeah, just 2 men into the base. Why not?
Who cares?
Yeah.
With 3 heroes dead on the side of Liquid, I think if they even had like 4 heroes on the side of Liquid, Secret would still lose.
Yeah. His mid one's gigantic. He's level 20, so he's now got that spell lifesteal happening alongside the Radiance. Plus the cheese. Ace has obviously got his extra life in the Aegis.
And Secret trying to wrap this game up, immediately going to go bottom. Nobody's near them still on their team.
Team's starting to move towards them, but the roll-in's going to happen. So this is going to be the first line for both, but maybe they can actually kill the Bristleback before he gets off the cheese. The Golden Brace goes off, and he'll have the chance to be able to pop this cheese, but it looks like the stun goes down a little bit more, but mid one gets it off. Full heal up, and Ace, he brings Miracle dangerously low. He's going to pursue, manage to get a 1,255 damage crit, and he'll get another one on Kuro, I'm sure, if he can just close that distance. The Sprout is going to be able to protect him for a second, but there it is, the second crit from Ace. Finishes off another hero, beyond godlike for him, as Secret just steamroll through Liquid into their base. Going to be able to catch GH, well, skewer him on back to the rest of the team. And a completely whiffed ultimate from Matumba Man. They start throwing buybacks around, but it just doesn't seem to matter. They just get the halberd off onto Ace as he blinks in on Matumba Man, but the magic damage is just pitiful at this point in time. Secret just keeps on running at heroes. They're going to be able to find another one. Vada getting the RP off. Couldn't get the skewer back, though, as he gets sprouted and separated from Matumba Man. Finally, they back off, but Liquid, they know they are completely out of this game. Secret successfully push it to a game 3.
They're out of that game for a while. When they can get that first fight successfully, I think this game became way too hard to play. The Phantom Assassin with the Empower got the pace of the game that she wanted.
This will do nicely. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yes, this will do just fine.
Blessings. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Yes, X marks the spot.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Ha! Welcome back.
I decree you deceased.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Double damage.
You have done the kingdom a service.
Excellent.
Death's bounty.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The bounty which my matriarch will prize. Good are linked. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
scanning. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Bounty!
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Illusion.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Roshan has fallen to the pit. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Listen to just one.
Radiant's top tower is falling. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top barracks, Radiant's top barracks has fallen. Radiant's top barracks has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's middle barracks has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks are Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. The Dire now have negative. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
The damage. Oh, yes. man stops. Almighty fire. Illusion. Regeneration.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top shrine is under attack. Radiant's top shrine has fallen. Team Liquid's turn to pick.
Do they want to pick the SB or do they want to do AV? Oh wait, there's no Venom
I
Cat.
think they might do Chen Furin again.
He went 0 for 10 on this in the last game.
The mag really isn't replaceable though.
Exactly.
Team
It's gonna be a
Liquid's
totally
turn to
different game.
pick.
Or okay, I also went.
Come on, first
okay.
phase Timber. Let's go.
Stands ready.
Wisp Sven is Liquid's opener this time around. Dangerous. We have seen Virtus Pro beat them though.
Yeah.
Not like it's
And
the
we also saw VP
Invincible.
lose with these two heroes together
10
earlier today.
seconds
They
remaining.
played it against the newbie Timbersaw lineup.
Yes.
Whenever I see these
5
two heroes
seconds
together, I'm
remaining.
like, Timber can be great, but I just think it's just a tad too early. You want to see like 3 or 4 heroes before you pick
But
Timbersaw.
then it gets
mostly.
banned second phase. 'Cause it's
Exactly.
obvious.
But
Yeah.
there's other options that are also good. If Secret felt great about their
Team
Wyvern last game, that's an
Liquid's
option.
turn to
Or you
bat.
could just
Early Pugna.
pick Pugna. Okay.
Can do that too.
Team
Decrepify is good against Sven at least. Life Drain is nice against the Wisp, then you can't use Bottle at all. Can't really use the heals on the core. It's a constant stream of damage over time. I don't exactly know what Secret's plan is with this, if they just consider it a counter or if they're setting up for something later. The way I look at the game, I
10
don't know if
seconds
Nightstalker and
remaining.
Pugna have like the most amazing synergy.
It's been a long time since they picked
5
Pugna,
seconds
actually.
remaining.
I don't think they
Team
picked it at
Liquid's
all.
turn
Puppy
to
was probably
ban.
like, okay,
Secret's
they banned our
turn
mag.
to
What do you want to
ban.
play, Fada? What do you want to play this game? Just give it to me. And then if his suggestion is good enough, they go for it. Could be.
Yeah, Mind Control's second most played is Pugna. Matumba Man's third most played in this patch is Pugna.
But it is on the Secret team.
Yeah. That's true.
But I
10
did ask for more
seconds
nonsense,
remaining.
so
You did.
it's good.
And you got plenty there.
Thanks, Paul. Great.
5 seconds remaining.
It's that time of the night again.
But who plays it on Secret, though? We've seen it a few
Um,
times with Fata, I think.
I believe it's Fada.
Yeah, I mean, Fada, it's his fourth most played.
I think Ace plays it.
Mid One's played it, and it's his third most played in the last 90 days.
Really? Third
Yeah.
most?
Yep.
Okay.
The only thing he's played more of is Necro and Ember. So he has
All
played
right.
a lot of it. So yeah, that's a fairly flexible pick for them, isn't it?
I think Pugna has become a great hero. It's maybe been a bit underrepresented at this tournament.
Yeah,
I've
they're
just
very quiet here.
It's one of those heroes that's just sometimes maybe a bit awkward to use in a lineup Immortals is probably the best team right now at just first phasing that hero
Oh,
and just
yeah.
using it however they want, because they have 3 players on it. They play in all 3 lanes. They look at what's the best option that they have, but it has some weaknesses. It's super susceptible to being killed until level 10 when it gets the health talent. Sure, you have Decrepify, but a lot of nukes just kill this hero from like 100 to 0 almost. It doesn't have any disable.
Turn to
It does have good building damage, and it has good synergy in pairings or in trios with other heroes, but it's not that strong in its own a lot of the time early on, especially as position 3.
So Liquid will go back for the breaker.
They actually got it in the second phase.
Yeah.
You would have thought if they wanted the breaker, they would pick it first phase into the NS, but Secret were probably not expecting them to want it anymore since they just let it through.
Sneaky.
10
Very
seconds
sneaky.
remaining.
It's a high risk, high reward kind of play. They got another strong opener instead, and
5
maybe we're hoping they would
seconds
still get that
remaining.
breaker.
Did they need a first phase to Sven? They, of all teams, I think, run the Wisp with a lot of different combinations.
They tried IO Tiny earlier this tournament and got
IO Ember is a very common.
run over. For them.
Team
Yeah.
Liquid's
I
turn.
think
to
they
pick.
will sometimes like to lead that Lion.
Lion? Where the
Whew.
Okay.
Great hero against Spirit Breaker. It's actually
Yeah,
It's
super
not
annoying.
something we've seen for a while, though.
He has an instant hex. He has a good stun.
Oh, there's no Rubik, that's why. More
And
sense.
yeah, Rubik is
Very good at killing Wisp, too.
10
Yes, Finger of
seconds
Death is strong.
remaining.
Huge versus Wisp.
Decrep Finger of Death is
5 seconds
900
remaining.
damage, I think, after reductions, almost. Finger level 1 is like 600, right?
I believe
Decrep
so,
amp is
yeah.
pretty significant if you max it at least.
Dude, his new talent with Ags is amazing. Have you seen that?
Yeah, it's
Dude,
crazy.
it is so
we were
good.
looking at the X talents earlier.
It is
whenever
amazing.
whenever I build my lineup, Ben, I look at my support and I'm like, my Lion is definitely going to peak at level 20 with an X this game. This is a level 20 Lion X game.
This is it. right here.
Surely that's why I picked. I would love to see this game. It's
If
just
you, have,
super.
if you have an Alk, maybe.
Yeah,
With Alchemist.
donations are always welcome.
That can definitely help.
Donated Ags.
I would
the
love to
best.
see that as a game,
It's
though.
super cool, but I feel like the primary reason for this pick is actually Spirit Breaker.
Makes sense.
But it's also, like you said, decent against the IO. It's good to have some stuns against Sven. He deals damage really fast, but can obviously, if you can control the Sven, it's nice. But they have nothing piercing BKB right now at all.
I think Hex is actually pretty good, though, in general. And Miracle also doesn't like BKB that much.
That's true.
Tournament.
Play the player, not the game. Or
Yeah.
play the player and the game.
Play the player, not the hero.
10 seconds
There it is.
remaining.
Got it.
Got a little
there
bit
in
more
the end.
nonsense going here. I got your back, Paul.
5
Good stuff.
seconds remaining.
Glad to know.
Bad Rider. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Not the most common pick into Night Stalker. I've thought a bit about these vision matchups and how it works, because a lot of the time you would feel like, oh, Night Stalker is a counter to Beastmaster or Bat Rider because these heroes rely a lot on their vision and you can limit their vision. But you can also flip it around and be like, oh, we at least have some sort of vision against Night Stalker. Like we have something that can fly over and see stuff. And the more I think about it, the less Night Stalker favorite I think it is, because it's more important to see something against that hero than it is to have like free vision on the vision hero in general, I think.
Makes sense. And really good combo with a
Great
relocate.
catch for relocate, exactly. Now they have 2 reload catches. Team Liquid's team fight is a bit lacking though. They have no really good AoE control. They have Stormhammer. They get a good charge maybe. And that's another point about Lion. We talked about how it kills Wisp, but it's actually a good hero against
Liquid's
relocate.
turn
If you're
to
good with
bat.
a spike, you can counterplay reload really well. Juggernaut.
it's funny, just looking through, I know this is on the other side, but Kuroki's third most played in the last 60 days is Lion. Just as a freaky thing, even though it's on secret right now.
In pubs?
Yeah, over all of
Yeah.
his games. Yeah.
I see.
10 seconds remaining.
So FPL stuff as well. Actually, I don't think he's played any FPL. Not got that on my notes, but I'm pretty
5
sure he hasn't.
seconds
I don't think so either.
remaining.
So Juggernaut, Secret wanted a hero that can lane against Bat Rider so that their supports are more free to move. It's especially important when you have Night Stalker that he's not locked in the safe lane to babysit someone. So there's that freedom for him to get moving. The alternative that Secret primarily like to go against the Bat Rider would be the Weaver, but Spirit Breaker is a really bad matchup. It's one of the worst heroes you can play against this Weaver. Else, I think this would have been a Weaver pick for Secret, but Juggernaut's their plan B. Not that Spirit Breaker isn't good against him either. It's still good. You can stun with charge. You have the Nether Strike through spin as well, so 2 spin counters, but you generally don't go from 100 to 0 in Blade Fury. Weaver has a tendency to just get squatted. Get squished. So now Liquid dig into the extra time. They will want to last pick Matumba's hero here. I think it's exclusively Miracle playing Sven for them. So they're trying to set up for a good Matumba game.
Team Secrets
Heroes that
turn
are...
to ban.
Oh, they banned the Viper again. Mid one being targeted here. Secret have the choice here whether they want to put the Pugna mid or off at this point. And the Jugger can even both go off and mid and safe lane as well. So don't count out the option of
10
Ace playing a
seconds
different hero as
remaining.
well. This could be a mid one Jugger.
Not in his top 10 right now. Ace is
5
for,
seconds
in terms of
remaining.
Pugna, but it is in the top 3 for mid 1, and it is in the top 4 for Fata.
Team Secrets
Can
turn
be
to pick.
So there's an Ursa ban. That this looks like they're gonna pick a specific hero that they've already planned.
Yeah.
It might just be thinking about the possible alternatives, but this is a very peculiar ban unless you want a lane matchup. That's just bad.
Alchemist.
Ill-advised this game, I think. But you could get the
10
Axe
seconds
for
remaining.
Lion. Yeah.
Worth. Totally worth.
5
Well, that's
seconds
one of the
remaining.
matchups that Ursa's really good against. These are good runners, but Ember and
Team
Alk, I think, are his
Liquid's
two best
turn
matchups.
to pick.
Next won't be
Really good against Necro, I guess. Diffusal carrier.
Pro?
I mean, there's a lot. Okay.
I look at the Secret lineup and I see a lot of magic damage and a lot of like team fight focus. The only physical damage they have is the Juggernaut, more or
10
less.
seconds
So what Liquid
remaining.
can consider is taking like a magic resistance route where they build hoods.
5
They could get
seconds
BKB
remaining.
heroes, or they could try to split the map and not let Secret 5-man, because Secret's actually pretty bad at skirmishes, which is annoying to play Night Stalker with. It's a very 5-man centric Night Stalker game.
They're ready.
Okay, well, that's a more
Choose
standard
your
pick, I
hero.
guess. With the Bloodseeker on Team Liquid, they're ready. We're almost ready. Cinderin, what do you make of the draft?
I like Liquid again. I think what is the most important thing from this is that Batrider gets lane against the Necro. If they can manage to ensure that, I favor their laning phase, and it's Liquid with Io Sven. So off to a good start in the lanes, and Liquid will get this game. This time they are not on a timer like last time.
Level 20 Lion Eggs. Let's go. I believe in the App Store. Let's see.
You ready? Yeah? Okay. All right, well, let's find out as we head into our final game of this semi-final. This one will decide who goes to the grand final. Is it Team Liquid or Team Secret? Let's find out.
One of the heading to the grand finals of the first major of the season here at ESL 1 Hamburg. Who's it going to be? Who's going to be that MVP? We'll have to find out together as Blitz and I are going to cast through this game for you. Blitz, how do you feel about the draft so far? I feel like it's somewhat standard on both sides.
Yeah, nothing too surprising. I think the Lion is the thing that throws me off the most. It's the only hero that doesn't like quite belong there.
Yeah.
But even that is kind of okay.
Yeah, it'll work out decently, right? It's just a solid disabler. It can burst down the Wisp. That sounds okay to me.
Yeah, and oftentimes they want to put Yapster on a hero that just has some kind of way to kill a bunch of creeps at once. Lion is one of those best. And Ben said that he didn't think that this Lion was going to get Ags and is level 20. I would wager that you were wrong. That's Yapsor.
That's Yapsor playing the Lion. And Puppy on the Night Stalker. So we all know who's going to be taking the farm priority between those two. Yapsor, the big playmaker of the two of them. Puppy, the quieter captain, assisting his team through wards. Mind Control's going to go for the classic Batrider play. Slips his way behind the tier 1 tower. Get the ward down. He's going to cut that first creep wave. Hope to be able to pick up level 2. I say that. You actually don't get level 2 anymore off the first wave. You're just shy of it.
It's still really nice to do, though.
Yeah.
It kind of helps out the lanes quite a bit. But
The
man,
battle
gonna
begins.
Blood Rage up Puppy, who's gonna get charged, and this is what we wanted to see. The Lion Spike against the Spirit Breaker charge.
I'll take that.
Very easily telegraphed, makes for easier spikes.
That's
First
a really
game
nice stat.
that Miracle has played a hero for the second time. Interesting.
He really likes playing a multitude of heroes, and if they're not careful, you might not get the opportunity to add more heroes to that list.
Yeah, you can see the Batrider already going through that pull. Picked up the Juggernaut. The panel was saying, matchup versus the Batrider, you could just not have to worry too much about your laning phase. And you kind of see that. Secret are willing to leave that Juggernaut alone because Puppey and Yapzor have combined their powers together to battle up against Kuro. But Kuro does have the assistance of GH. Makes it 52. Gonna go for a charge away, but the Void is gonna be able to stop him. Oh no, well, Kuro, he oversteps his bounds as the Spirit Breaker frontliner and ends up going down to Team Secret of early first blood.
Meanwhile, up at top, Pugna getting absolute free farm. This tri-lane on tri-lane situation mid is going to favor Secret, especially after the first blood that they managed to pick up. And
Wade's going to be run down here. He already went through his spin, so mind control is going to get a little extra damage on him. Meanwhile, we saw Miracle try and go at Fada as GH made the rotation across. But Yapzor is pretty much following GH around right now. It's going to make this 1v1 into a 2v2.
Yeah, and so far so good as Secret continuing to just farm. This time around though, Matuma is getting a pretty free laning phase. This kind of goes both ways though.
This is a losing lane, right? I mean, I feel like unless I'm looking at a Razor or a Viper, like Bloodseeker just wins these mid lane matchups because he always gets so many denies.
Yeah, and he's gonna start to pull ahead, but it's his top lane right now.
And another stun to GH. Oh no, they missed it! The Earth Spike, just a little too late.
That was a little greedy. You're trying not to stack it up, but I think if he just fires it off there, the right click is enough with the damage to get the kill.
And at very least, even if he does get the tether off, say he's only like one hit away, Fada can just charge forward.
Yes, but instead he's got 2 bottle charges on him. Gonna continue to cycle through those, and Fada continues to have a very good time up at the top lane, but definitely at bottom.
You would say this is probably an evenly matched lane, this 1v1, the Batrider versus the Juggernaut?
I think the Jug is favored, because it's easier for him to see us. You've played Batrider before.
Yeah, it's like you're trying sticky napalm, but really the only way to beat out a Juggernaut is if you're going to have like a couple of sticky napalm stacks. Are still.
And CSing as a Batrider it feels pretty bad. You got one of the worst.
You're like 49 damage or something.
Yeah. And the good news right now for Secret is that
he's got a stun here. GH might just be in trouble. The blast not going to hit GH here.
Ooh, that blast connects, but Puppey is really going for it right now.
Miracle.
Yeah, and Miracle just taking a bunch.
He's waiting for the tether forward, and now the tether does come as the charge comes through, but Puppey's not immediately able to jump on a GH like he was hoping for. Fada pops a Fairy Fire, gets a little bit more damage out, managed to get the trap fight on himself. He's running away. Kuro, he's actually one step ahead. He gets the healing salve off. That is beautiful play from Fada. Transformed into an off laner, and what a beautiful play here in this game 3 of Team Liquid versus Secret.
Did Kuro, okay.
Yep, suicide into Roshan. Not sure if that was intentional or he just got bashed in inopportune time. Either way,
very sure that was intentional, as mid one doesn't have his Ghost Shot available, and Matuma committing for this, but with the heal and the Fairy Fire up, he's taking a lot of damage from the tower.
Why doesn't he have Ghost Shroud for just the efficiency?
A lot of people skip it nowadays.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's not feeling it.
A little bit greedier, but overall it makes the lane a lot easier to play.
Yeah, I was just thinking like Heartstopper Orange, it's going to be rectified by the fact that Matuma is going to be able to get last hits, including that one on mid one.
That was huge. Getting a solo kill, he's now going to be a full level ahead.
Yeah, and he's going to have the opportunity for another kill with the Rupture that's coming up.
And that's the downside. If you kill somebody without Rupture, then they TP in mid, and now your escape mechanic is gone.
Yeah, so that's why Secret do have to bring some heroes to mid quite soon. The Rupture is up right now.
They're gathered around that area, and Liquid, this is their saving grace so far, is that Matuma got that solo kill, and he is doing quite well for himself.
Kuro
getting into a old teammate battle.
1v1 of the hard 5 positions. Kuro is the first one to blink here.
And Yapzor just trying to set up creeps. I thought for a second he was going to last hit.
There's the Rupture play on the mid one. The TP's coming in from the Lion. Those disables combined with the towers can make it a little bit difficult, but the charge coming in, nice. He managed to get the Hex off before the charge actually hits mid one and would have bumped him back. And now Kuro's quite low. He actually goes for the TP out. Both GH and Matuma are dangerously low. Matuma is trying to get these kills in order to stay alive, but he's not going to make it. Puppey gets the Void just in time. A 2-for-1 trade-off to the favor of Secret.
Yeah, they did not expect Necrophos to
and even
level
more.
5 skill that, and Miracle.
They do get that big nuke, but it's not quite enough. Fada does have vision, but he's not going to be able to make it out of here. The charge onto him. They're just going to try and run him down.
Yeah, he's going to deal a lot of damage here.
So he's going to be run down. Fada seems like got a little too aggressive on a Miracle, just barely shy of that kill too.
And I thought for a second he'd go over for something crazy like Mango Decrepit, but I think he's still dead there.
Yeah.
The stun was cooling off. They would have chased him down. Couldn't quite make it up there anyways. But Tumbaman continues to farm. Unfortunately for him, that death is going to cost his lead a little bit.
Same goes with Fada though, and his death in the top lane, because he was doing very well, 27 and 8 right now compared to the 26 and 3 of the Sven. So, considering it is an off lane, I would definitely consider that a win for Secret.
And Kuro thought about charging Fada, but Pugna not really in that position to mind control. One of the best heroes at dealing with this Necrophos. You can just sticky him 2 or 3 times and immediately make the move. The Ghost Shot will kill him even faster.
Mind control found an invis rune. But, Secret did have a ward down there.
Also, nobody's bottom for like 2 straight minutes.
Yeah. But Midwan is still going to be caught here, it looks like. He's trying to run off the Rupture, so Mind Control doesn't actually get in range of the lasso. Bloodright is going to land. No, just outside of the range there.
Yeah, Mind Control pops to the Firefly, but it's been a while now since he's been missing from bottom. This Juggernaut finally starting to pick up some free farm in his absence as Secret.
Full rotation coming up.
Yeah, and I think they're going to be pretty happy with this laning phase so far, although...
Fada's going to get gone on right as the supports are here, so they could turn this around if he gets the correct play off as well as the stun. That's a beautiful setup. Fada turns around, managed to get a big nuke off, and now Ace is here as well, so this Sven's going to be in big trouble. Ace is just hoping to be able to get his old flash off. He doesn't even need, he's just going to go ahead and get the spin kill. Kuro is going to have to run himself away from this one. A full retreat for the captain of Team Liquid, leaving his allies to die 6-3 now. Secret taking a very early lead.
They have just straight up ruined Miracle's game.
But Tumbaman, he's getting a lot of last hits, so Death Pulse is helping him regen up, and he's going to be able to get the Ghost Shroud, but it looks like this Bloodright play could be enough. Midwan's going to go for the TP out. They don't have a stun nor enough damage to be able to bring him down. And back home he goes.
Yeah, fully completed Veil, and Yapstor's Lion, or that ended up happening. He's done so much already. The double stuns, very effective against the Spirit Breaker so far, and this has been their counter. How will it work out is Yapstor already level 5.
Dire's top tower.
I mean, it's only going to get better, right? Once you get Finger of Death against the Wisp, just...
Against anybody on Liquid's lineup at this point, Finger Death almost always leads to a kill. The downside, though, oftentimes with Lion is they run him in that 5 position role, and you have like a level 3 Lion at 10 minutes that has one of the worst move speeds in the game. He can't afford himself a Blink Dagger, and so he becomes a liability in these fights. But in this situation, Yapstor, playing the 4 position line, is getting quite a bit of farm, which is interesting considering he has a Night Stalker on his team.
Fada's Pugna is trying to make his way down to bottom lane, wants to be able to stay in lane against the Sven. And also defend his tower. At the same time, Ace is trying to threaten the top tier 1. So Miracle goes ahead and pops the God Strength.
Top tower has fallen.
Throws out the stun, hoping to catch, but unable to do so. And Secret gonna defend their tier 1 tower, and Liquid repelled once again from this bottom area as the Rupture comes on.
Yeah, they just saw a lot of heroes, so they feel comfortable going for this mid lane kill. Mid 1 does have TPs ready to help him out. He's going to go for the TP out. Prep's here as well, but the charge is going to be able to stop that TP. Ace comes in. They've got the Reaper's sight. They have enough damage. Maybe no, but GH mitigates it just enough that he's not going to be able to die, but the blast finish off both of them. Looks like the Necrophos caught inside the lasso, but it's not enough either. He doesn't burn underneath the Firefly. Now GH is going to be caught as well. Decrepified Blast and Ace, an easy double kill for him. Liquid are getting destroyed by Secret in this game 3, just like they did in game 2.
They are trying to force things a little bit too much, and they are suffering for it. You notice there are 2 supports struggling with levels right now. Hasn't really been able to do too much. This Spirit Breaker and this Wisp, they're not supposed to be this far behind, and Yapstor is about to hit his level 6. There's a tome available for him shortly, and this mid tower is getting assaulted, but with no mana on any of the heroes, they're going to back up. Still, I think they're going to be really satisfied with their haul.
Oh, absolutely.
Double damage.
And Puppy ends up going for an Iron Talon. He's farming up a little bit more.
This sustains.
Well, I guess if you're going to be buying quartz, it's Puppy. but you still want to get farm on a Night Stalker. There's no sense in not being able to get like Medallion, maybe an Aghanims later on to the game.
Yeah,
Night Stalker does see a lot of farming time during daytime, right?
it's going to be Puppey that picks up the tome. And you are correct. During the time it is, what else is there to do?
Radiant are scanning.
Secret, they're just letting Liquid crash into them and they're just not breaking.
Blast after blast. Rains in mid lane. Tower is about to fall.
And mid one about to hit his level 10. Very good.
Don't have a blast to finish out that tower,
Dyer's
though.
middle
Some
tower
men will take
has
the
been
denial.
denied.
It just prepped it. Blood Secret gets the deny, but that's still a very early mid tower being taken. Fada using the shrine. Doesn't really even care. As now they make their way down, there is a ward there, and Miracle's just gonna farm out the jungle. And how are we looking on stack so far?
Yeah, Miracle needs big ancient stacks to get back in this game because he did not have a fun laning phase, that's for sure. As you can see, a 2-stack, one set of ancients.
The top.
Mind Control goes for the TP out right next to the creep wave, so feeling comfortable with that ace, who didn't actually have Omni Slash, out of mana.
Yeah. And now Nighttime Puppey, level 6, making his way forward. G8.
Yaps are coming in. Maybe they can kill Sven here. Oh, they definitely can. They've got a huge burst of magic damage coming in with Reaper's Sight. GH, who didn't have his level 6 to be able to relocate his body out, is also going to be caught here. Tried to go for the tether, but got silenced up right as Puppey came in. Yapzor is able to finish him off with a finger of death.
A lot of gold now coming on the side of Secret as they're up 2k gold. 12 to 3.
Oh, Mind Control's getting, excuse me, Ace is going to get caught here. Managed to get the Rupture plus the lasso.
Doesn't want to
Waiting till the last second. Good play from Liquid. They needed something. Oh crap, they were getting run over this game.
Dyer's
And
structures
Secret.
are fortified.
Now they're going to push out bottom tower as Yapzor has fired his gun, so not going to have anything available for quite some time.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
That's for
Ooh,
2
there's
minutes down.
This Necrophos is already level 10. He's got the 40 damage already. Yeah, they're going to make
Dyer's
chipping down
bottom
these
tower
towers
has fallen.
so much easier.
Now
Dyer's
bottom lane
tower
push
is
is
under
going to end
attack.
as Secret. They're very happy with everything they've gone so far. They've knocked down all the tier 1 towers. And they don't even really have a pushing lineup. They were just kind of able to do it on the back of this Necro more than even the Pugna.
GH desperately needs his level 6.
Yes. They all need their level 6.
Spirit Breaker doesn't have his either. I was like, who are you talking about? I thought it would just be the Wisp. Nope, Crow's level 4
at 13 minutes.
Oh, he's not living the life. That is not the fun life of a Spirit Breaker. You're supposed to be level 6, running around, getting kills.
Yeah.
Not this guy.
The upside, though, is because they've been splitting so much XP with Fada, he's a little bit under level.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good trade.
Oh, yeah. They've been constantly grouping up with this Pugna to allow him to take all these tier 1 towers. As you said, as a result, he's under leveled, yes, but it has been an impossible
Dyer's
duo
middle
for
tower
Liquid to
is
be able to
under attack.
contest, right? Like being able to have a Necrophos and a Pugna. You can't get a strong initiation on either one of those without the other interfering.
And Secret, they don't have their Finger of Death quite yet, but they do want to make this play. And hopefully every single time Finger of Death is up, for Secret anyways, they want to nab a kill with it. 30 seconds until that's available to them. And on the other side of things, GH, stacking as much as he possibly can. He's going to be successful with that too. Really nice stack by him.
So, God strength, just keep on going. Matumba Man is going to get a Blade Mail to try and make himself come online a little bit sooner. Maybe he can fight Secret a bit better soon when they go for one of these tier 2s, but they just load another tower drop. Tier 2, top lane, gone. And Secret are rapidly homing in on that tier 2 mid. And I'm beginning to wonder how far does Liquid let Secret push them?
Yeah, they're taking this pretty far right now. And Secret, they don't want a passive farming game like they did in the last game. This time around, they don't have that ancient clear that they did with the Magnus. It's Liquid that wants the pace of the game to slow down quite a bit. That's why Secret's trying to push down these tier 2 towers. Liquid should take advantage of this time.
He even got a blast on that tier 3. So, Secret's just, they're down to assault Liquid's base over and over again until Liquid finally make them stop. And it seems like that stop will never come because Mind Control, he's just here with Kuro. There's no real play that they're going to be trying making here. He's just going to pull the creep wave over on that.
And creep wave is cleared. Liquid gonna back up. Firefly was expended, and during this time, Miracle just continued to farm. The correct play, I think, don't even attempt to take a fight here.
When can you take a fight if you're Liquid? Is
Not
it the Blink
for-
Daggers?
I think it would require like both your supports to be level 7 at least. I don't even know if 6 cuts it at this point.
Okay.
You probably need a Blink Dagger on your Sven and maybe like half an item more.
A charge. Now, Secret do have to be careful, right? They can't split up at all because you got both a Spirit Breaker and a Bat Rider into a relocate, which is exactly what's going to be happening here in the top lane. See if they get this up fast enough. They're not. The spin goes off. Ace is going to try and get some distance away from Miracle, but he's got the tether extra movement speed, so he should be able to catch Ace anyway. Good setup for a kill then there for Team Liquid. And they're not going to head back to bottom lane. Die there. Reaper Scythe. Okay.
Somebody had to die for that, but still a very nice pickup. I thought that Ace would have gone for the TP out,
Yeah.
but elects not to.
Thought maybe the physical damage from Sven was just too much.
Yeah, that has to be the reason why they didn't go for something like that.
$16 minutes in, still no level 6 for Spirit Breaker. Secret did not slow down whatsoever. They got that kill on Wisp and immediately rotated towards mid, hoping to be able to catch somebody. That would have been the Bloodseeker who was farming mid, but playing it safe. Team Liquid thinks they've felt the pace of the game from Secret, the way they're setting this, constantly running at you. And so they're playing it ultra safe right now, but it looks like they are getting caught in the top lane here. The Sven is in some big time trouble. Gonna be on the slash, finger of death, everything being thrown at him. Mind Control could do nothing to save him. In fact, may join him on that trip to the grave, especially with mid-one here. Mind Control has no way out of this one. May not have the Reaper Sight, but they're gonna slow him down just enough to prevent him from getting over the cliff. And look at that, they just found 2 core kills right next to the Roshan pit. Do you need to say more?
They're massive. Still, Liquid, even with those 2 deaths, not getting way too far behind us. But Tubman just continues to farm. The game's not looking great for them, but it's not out of their control yet. 17 minutes and a 3k gold lead is the worst thing to deal with. Your 2 cores are still very farmed. The majority of your gold deficit comes from the fact that your supports haven't been able to do anything.
Last. 15 to 5, 3,000 gold lead. Adding a little bit extra on top of that now with the Aegis and the Roshan bounty. Liquid are going to continue to play off of their ancient stacks, though. They really don't have a whole lot of offensive options. They just got to sit back, farm. Hope that Secret won't be able to break the base. And it just gets a little bit too late. Sven takes over the game.
It's not very easy for them to break the base, especially against a Bad Rider. If Mind Control can just get Firefly out, it stops a lot of that push.
And there's always the split push option, right? If Secret ever show 5, then you're going to have the Wisp Sven pushing out a side lane. It's still going to be able to be there to defend that fight thanks to relocate.
So Ace has the Aegis. 2 times he's been caught now in this top area, and it looked like Liquid wanted to make a 3rd maneuver, but with nobody else on the map showing and that Aegis being there, they have to suspect that something is up as Ace gonna shove out this lane one more time. And Secret, they want to transition this into a really easy push with both tier 3 towers or tier 2 towers down in mid and at top. Any sort of pick off leads to high ground for them with this Pugna.
If they went for the play that they've been doing, right? Lasso into relocate. All of a sudden, the 4 smoked up members of Secret, boom, trap activated, great team fight, straight into a tower push, maybe even full lane of Rags. But Liquid didn't take that bait that Ace was presenting. Instead, they've been, again, playing off their off-lane camp, been a push at bottom from our Bat Rider.
It's very nice patience exhibited by them. It's very easy to just mindlessly go outside, try to defend out, but instead,
Crow gets spotted, but he's close enough to base. He should be fine. Pugna is getting some chip damage on this tier 3.
Radiant's
beginning to be a bit worrying.
under attack.
it's already at half health.
Yeah.
And this is the danger about playing against Pugna. But Fada, without that creep wave readily available to him.
So Liquid gotta defend now. There's Secret are gonna keep going for the siege.
Ace still has, what, like 3 minutes left on his Aegis? It's very unlikely that Secret gives off on this, and they're even gonna drop the healing ward, force Liquid to commit to something. So they're gonna drop a ward right on their tower. He's gonna spin.
A couple more hits on that tier 3. Liquid are gonna have to actually jump out, make the initiation with the blast, and Ace having this Aegis freely hitting that tier 3. They're going to take that tier 3 and open up shrines, and I don't think Liquid could afford to let that happen this early on in the game.
Yeah, I guess it depends on if Yapsor's fast. If Yapsor can catch the Batrider as he links in, there's no force staff available on mind control, so it's not easy for him to get out. And now Puppy.
Oh, they're even going to get the burn on the mind control, so this is a free push forward from Ace. Going to try and put Sven on the front lines, though. Ace goes ahead and throws down the spin. More damage out. Mana is taking a lot of damage from this rupture. The combination, they are going to grab him even. Take that one pick off. Now the Omnislash bouncing around. He's going to get a Reaper Sight kill onto a Spear Breaker, but they don't really care. Liquid, they've lost their hard fight position. They will continue to take this fight. Ace does have another spin to be able to run himself out of this one. Mid-one's trying to slow him down with Ghost Shroud as well. Mind Control went for the back line. They managed to get the Healing Ward out. A stun goes on to Ace, though. Trying to finish him off with the physical damage. Mind Control took out the Healing Ward. GH is going to be pursued out, though. He goes down. Necropose is big, and he's going to get a lot of damage over time. And all of these heroes, Miracle turns and fights, though. He managed to get the big kind kill. GH with the buyback comes in to relocate in to be able to help Miracle out. With the extra movement speed, they might be able to kill Ace, but he's been slowed down by the Ghost Shroud. Ace trying to keep one step ahead of him. GH is going to be able to bring him back to base, so at least our Sven is going to get caught up by the 3 members of Secret right in front of that tier 3 tower, but it was not a stellar fight for Liquid.
Yeah, mid one, absolutely full HP during that entire engagement. Ace was the target of choice for Liquid, but they were unable to do anything as now they make their second attempt.
Charge in, bumps a couple of those heroes. GH trying to hide himself in the trees, but oh my god, there's too much damage from Fada. They actually take down the Sven, and GH couldn't keep the tether alive because Mid-1 and Puppy were zoning him out and even getting that kill. Liquid tried to defend without all of their heroes, and they're going to pay dearly for that. Not just the tier 3, but now potentially a full lane of racks. A buyback from the Sven is going to be stopping things. Secret keep on hitting that melee rack. Now Puppy just line it up right on top of him. A Mana Rupture goes on to Mid-1. So maybe they think this is the better target here with the bounce back of the flame break. If they could get a push or a pull or something, any sort of distance on Mid-1 to let the Rupture do a little bit more damage, maybe they could have gotten that kill, but they just don't find an opening to make that initiation.
And that's a very early set of racks taken. Oftentimes you only see something like the range racks being taken, and if you look at this mid tower, it's also in a similar position. Miracle had a buyback for that. They were unable to nab any sort of return kills. Situation is looking pretty poor right now for Team Liquid.
Yeah, they just, I don't know what really clicked for them. That game 2, I would look at it and say a little bit of draft, but Secret playing incredibly well in this game 3 are really taking it to the TI champs.
Liquid, they still have that tier 2 tower available at bottom lane, so even if they lose that mid racks, all is not lost. It's not looking any better as Fada now finishes that Athos. He is very farmed now.
You're going to have big time kiting from the Miracle, who normally you'd like to see like a Blink on the Sven. I guess it's a Wisp lineup though, so Blink's not really required. He's trying to work towards the BKB right now, if necessary. Especially with that Rock Athos. He is going to get kited for days if he doesn't have that immunity.
And this game's problematic for them because, for Liquid anyways, since they need a lot of different jumps, but they don't have it. They really only have this Battle Rider going in. The Spear Breaker charge is just not really enough. They need to be able to pick up Fada, but at the same time, they don't have any diffusals, so they can't really get through either the Crep or the Ghost Shroud. And they only have one BKB breaker. Actually, they have 2, but the follow-up damage has to come from the Sven. Like, they need a lot of different things to go right to win a team fight.
And it seems like Liquid, or excuse me, Secret, they are not taking any chances. Watching them on the minimap, they're sticking together full 5-man as they work their way through jungles, now going for the push at bottom lane, looking to take that tier 2. They are not breaking apart whatsoever and potentially risking Liquid coming out and getting a good smoke initiation or pickoff.
Yeah, now Secret smoked up. Trying to find something here. If they can find Matama Man, they might just try to go for the high ground, but he does have a BKB, so they really need the jump from Yapsor, who needs to find the Hex. They're going the long way. They're pinging out for this right now. Mind Control might be the first.
Instead, they're going to be able to take down the Initiator with the Reaper Sight. He's definitely gone. Liquid scrambling to back out. Go for the full-on TPs, everything they have. Now, fortunately, they do have a buyback, so Secret, even if they did go immediately for that tier 3 push, could have actually had a team fight, but instead Secret gonna take the safer route. Again, go for the easy goal. Tier 2, bottom lane, and the shrine also available.
Secret, 1 or 2 decisive moves from BP in that finals. They've been denied the opportunity a few times now, but maybe
Yep.
third time's the charm.
It's looking like a pretty easy road for Secret.
Dyer's
See if they don't
middle
trip
tower
up here.
is under attack.
Nighttime activated. Secret starts setting up.
Dyer's
Nice damage
middle
on that
tower
tier
has
3.
fallen.
Pretty much just backdooring it with a bottom lane push, unlocking the backdoor protection. You just ignore the creeps that are mid. Blast down that tier 3.
And Secret, if they absolutely want to be sure of their victory, they could just wait for Roshan again, and that's where they're pinging towards next. But that might be Liquid's avenue back into this. Batrider, notorious for being one of the best Roshan fighters in the game. That vision advantage is very nice for them. And his ability to see into the pit is going to be invaluable for this next engagement. He's got the 4 staff completed too. This might be Liquid, after they shove out this mid lane and this top lane, smoking to that Roshan pit if they feel like Secret's doing it.
But you would say that, like, between the two, right? Secret potentially going high ground there, or playing out Roshan. It's going to be an easier fight for Liquid if they're defending them, rather than venturing out into the pit.
I think you have to go for the pit.
Yeah.
It's really hard to fight when Secret has Aegis, because you have to take one decisive move against the team that has an Aegis and a Pugna. Like, the Pugna will just blast you and force you into a situation where you have to punish him, or you'll just get Rax taken.
Mid one. Chilling out in the pit until Roshan spawned. CZ immediately calls Ace. They're not even bothering with spreading out or anything. They know that Liquid are not contested. They see too many heroes. See one at bottom. They've got good vision around the pit. And the waves are pushing. That is going to be an Aegis now for Team Secret, as well as a Cheese. Who's going to pick up the Cheese? Looks like that was Fada rather than mid one. Oh, no. Passed over to mid one there last second.
Now here comes the death push from Secret. And with that tier 3 still available at bottom, Liquid, they have some towers to work with, but I'd imagine they are going to do or die for this set of racks. And if they lose it, then the game becomes really impossible.
So Liquid back against the ropes, have to dodge pretty much multiple killing blows now, even if this push doesn't work out for Secret.
Yeah, they've got
still going to be on the edge.
They likely have to win consecutive fights. If they can win a decisive fight here and not lose their racks, then the game sort of becomes reachable.
It opens up a little bit, right? And then you can push out ways, do the spent wisp things.
I'd say they have to win consecutive fights without losing racks
Yeah.
for this game to be within reach still.
Dyer's bottom shrine is under attack.
The way that was worded though, I thought that meant that he was within the top 4% of all deaths. I was like, man, he dies a lot. But actually has 0.
Not this puppy. Not this game anyway.
Now they're just taking out all the shrines, and Liquid, they just have to huddle around their base. No buyback on that Sven. Does have that completed BKB now though, which is going to help him out quite a bit. And Secret using this opportunity to just farm. I like this a lot. They're scaring Liquid into thinking that the 5-man push is coming at any moment. And during that time, all 5 of them are just hitting creeps.
Yeah, might as well get a little bit more of an advantage. I don't know what items they're going to be picking up that is going to change in the next 2 or 3 minutes. Because eventually they are going to go for that push, right? Just a little bit later when the Aegis is closer to expiring.
Yeah, when there's 3 minutes on that Aegis, what's the point?
Yeah. And we are at that 3-minute marker. And Secret start skedaddling over to the bottom lane. Blink Dagger being picked up by a lot of heroes on Team Secret. They want to have the mobility advantage, it seems, and continue to kite that Sven around. Looks like Ace is thinking about picking up a Blink himself. We have the Necrophos grab one as well.
He's actually changing builds.
Okay, back to the butterfly. More of a damage dealing aspect.
He's got Aegis. I don't think it means too much.
Yeah.
He has the Fusel for the chase. And Fada trying to go for a Linken's, counteracting that Batrider as Secret. Maybe now is the time for them to gear up. 15,000 gold built up at just 30 minutes into the game. Liquid doesn't really have a lot working. 35,000 total net worth against the 50 of Secret. That is still a 10-second BKB though on both of their cores, but they haven't been able to flash quite yet.
And they can do God God Strength plus Blood Rage on Miracle, which is the potential for a lot of damage if Secret screw up their position.
Ace, I'm gonna walk up the high ground.
Smoke.
Mind control, pops the Firefly. What's the initiation that they're looking for? They gotta drag somebody in deep.
Oh my god, actually just gonna blow up the Sven. He's down for a minute and a half before Liquid can jump. Secret actually get the initiation first. Now they make the jump in and are gonna be able to get Fada, but it's a bit too late. They're only gonna make it a 4 versus 4 with Ace on top of them. Trying to finish off Kuro is gonna be able to bring down the Spirit Breaker. Now GH's next target going for the Diffuse Blade. He's gonna be able to catch him. Matumba Man gets the silence onto the Juggernaut, but it's gonna be met by Midwad. Immediately disabled up, not gonna be able to do anything. A 4-stab buys a little bit more time, but slows down by so many Diffuser Blade charges, and is gonna go down to Ace. Triple kill there. Secret have locked Liquid inside of their fountain. A minute left on the death timers of both the Sven and the Bloodseeker. Liquid space is pretty much all Secrets. They're going to be able to take both mid lane and probably bottom lane.
Yeah, and Secret, they want revenge for what happened to TI, knocking Liquid out, their favorite patch right now. They're making their way bottom.
Charge on through. Okay, that's a good charge. Right as the Abs are trying to jump forward, but they still manage to get the whiz kill. And Mind Control just doesn't have the damage to do a whole lot. Puppy gets another heal thanks to Mid-1, and it's going to be just enough to be able to get out of here. It seems like Kuro is going to die on that back line. He tried to charge on through. Secret only chopping down the final tier 3 tower. A whole bunch of sorry's being spammed out by Fada as he's about to knock his former team out of ESL 1 Hamburg. Another stun comes out, but Man does manage to get the BKB off in time, but just doesn't have the rending power to be able to stop this one. Now they manage to get the rupture plus the lasso, pulling him down to half health, gets over the shrine, but Ace is able to pop the finish, just running after Mind Control. He's going to be able to get the heal off, and he is good. Miracle, okay, he's got his, never mind. Fada managed to get off a little bit of Decrepify action, delays his own death, eventually does go down, but it doesn't stop the Mega Crease from being gotten by Team Liquid. Oh, Finger Death and Reaper side from the edge there. Secret do manage to pick up yet another kill, but now they can just full on retreat. They've got Megas by 32 minutes. It would take a real miracle, not just the player, for Team Liquid to be able to come back from this kind of advantage.
Yes, and even with the BKB charges, without a Diffusal, without a Radiance on their Bloodseeker, things seem pretty bleak right now. As with no racks available, they do still have their tier 4 towers up.
Team Secret are just not letting up. They're going back into the base. They're going to get Vision down. They're not going to give any opportunity for Liquid to kind of chill out, farm a little bit. They're going to keep their foot right on Liquid's throat.
There's no BKBs, there's no God Strength on Miracle. They likely wait for the Pugna anyways, just to cement this game. Yep. They're even pinging Roshan. Oh, Secret, they don't want to throw this game.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've seen them in a major final. I think the last time was Shanghai. That has been so long. Secret fans have been waiting for a Secret team to finally get back on top, and they don't want to throw that away.
31 to 10, 23K. The metrics go on and on, supporting Secret's dominance of this game 3. But Liquid, they are going to fight it out. They're going to hold on to the faintest hope that they can come back from Megas so early on into the game as well. It's going to be a long, hard slog, and pretty much everything has to go perfect for them just to have a chance.
Yeah, they got one of the better heroes dealing with Mega Creep stuff.
Mind Control. Try to do something a little cheeky. Went way outside space. Tried to farm some of the enemy jungle. Ends up getting caught.
And he's going to go down quite easily here as Secret continuing to tighten the noose as they've got quite the lead built up. 25K now. Secret, they're running down mid. Everyone's joining soon.
Sure. On 8. Goes for the spin. Doesn't have a TP out. Liquid are going to try and go out there. Managed to get the charge off. Kuro gets turned around on instantly. He says. Dagon makes short work of him.
He didn't even have enough time to get the Reaper Scythe off.
Yeah.
That's how fast his breath was. Now here we go.
Megas.
Their 4 towers are being pinged.
Miracle deals with the Megas. And deals with Heroes that are flooding in. Another stun. Finger of Death. No Reaper Scythe. Good defensive force stab coming out from Liquid. Is going to be able to save that one. And now the pullback into the fountain. Onto the Necrophos. They're going to be able to take him down pretty easily. And Miracle does do a lot of damage. He jumps forward onto Ace. They brought down both the tier 4s. Miracle wants his vengeance, though. He goes for Fada in the back line. Does have a stun up coming in a second. One chop, two chop, that's all it really takes, but they managed to dodge out with a defensive force staff, and now Decrepify, he's going to be able to live, and now Ace is able to jump in with a Hex. BKB gone from Miracle, allows him completely susceptible to Team Liquid, and that's it. Secret, they've done it. Completely jubilant as they managed to take down the TI champs, and are going to be heading to finals of ESL 1 Hamburg.
Oh, this must feel so sweet for them. It's been a long time coming for Puppy. The rest of his young squad hasn't experienced victory like this as they move on to face VP in a best of 3